What's up, everybody? I've got some breaking news. I'm going to hang on a second, but it looks like the European Super League is dead in the water. Teams are pulling out and dropping like dominoes. Left, right and centre, they're starting to fall. Chelsea have pulled out of it. The news breaking is that Manchester City are about to pull out of it. Barcelona said they won't sign up to it unless their socios, their fans, agree to it because they're owned by members. They're pulling out of it. There's news breaking left, right and centre. Atletico aren't going to join it. This league is dead in the water. The government are threatening to step in and make the 50+1 rule. The greedy bastards are not going to win. Football is going to win, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to get our sport back. I did not think that I'd be able to come out with such good news tonight. I did not expect it to happen so quickly. Football is being saved. Football is saved, and us, the fans, have done it. Us, the fans, have stepped up and let it be known that we don't want this nonsense, this bastardised version of our sport, and we need to keep ramming it home. There's no way back for me with Liverpool Football Club's owners. They've shown no courage. They've shown no leadership. They've cowered over in America, while the rest of us have stood up to be counted, while players have stood up, former players have stood up, even our former chief executive have stood up and let it be known that this is not what Liverpool Football Club represents, or this is not what Liverpool Football Club is about. So ladies and gentlemen, celebrate tonight, because we're in the midst of seeing football rescued, and we're in the midst of seeing football hopefully put back to the fans where its rightful place is. Simply, the fans were heard and the fans won, said Robbie G. Thank you very much for the super chat, mate. I am going to be in for the long haul tonight. I'm going to take you through as much of this as I can. It's a bit of a quick setup for me, so excuse me. But yes, those who are talking about our owners, they are greedy and they will be dealt with. Put it that way. This is massive news, folks. And look, there's lots of stuff coming out. It started today when Chelsea fans gathered outside. We heard that Chelsea and Manchester City were clubs that were unconvinced by this. Were clubs that, let's be frank, from Manchester City's perspective, they had nothing to gain from this. Their owners had nothing to gain from it. They're not in the game for money. They've plenty of money. They're in the game to enhance Manchester. They're in the game as a public relations exercise. They're in the game to win, and they're in the game to win the European Cup. All that this stinks of to me is Florentino Perez trying to rescue a sinking Real Madrid. Barcelona, I don't know where they even came to this conclusion from, because as I pointed out to you, these clubs aren't owned by individuals. Barcelona are owned by the fans. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting to see Martin Lipton broke the news then that Manchester City are ready to pull out of it. We are awaiting news from the cowards over in Boston, but this is dead in the water, ladies and gentlemen. There will be no European Super League. This will be the shambles that we all knew it was going to be. So celebrate tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Get yourself to a point. Sit down and celebrate with me as we go through and expose the absolute greed that's been in the game that has drawn this, and we need to celebrate as fans because we've done it. We've all come together and let it be known over the past 48 or 72 hours that this is our sport and that they can kiss our ass if they think they're taking our traditions, our lives away from us. I'm so proud of the football world. So many people came together so quickly. Again, make sure that you set reminders, everybody, so you don't miss any of the content. Turn those notifications on, but keep your comments coming in. The dominoes are collapsing. PN, mate, absolutely spot on. Who cares about the top four? We've got our club back. That's it, mate. And you know what really annoys me about this? Last night's game, we dropped points, and I can't help feel that those lads were distracted. But let me take you through what we know so far today. As I said, football is coming back to its rightful roots, and we are getting our sport back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take you through what we know right away. There is loads and loads of stuff coming. We were expected to do our stream at 8:30. We're expected to do our stream at 8 o'clock. Then we moved it forward to right now because the news is breaking. Chelsea Football Club are leaving as soon as possible. Manchester City, according to Martin Lipton, a respected journalist, are pulling out of it. And now we're awaiting news from the cowards in Boston, from the cowards of the Glazer family, from the cowards that are Stan Kroenke and his backers, as to what exactly they're going to do when their proposed bullshit Super League is dead in the water before it even began. The website looked like it was put together by a a fourth year transition year student who was given a school project to do. It stunk from day one. It was a money grab from day one, and quite frankly, our owners should have known what this backlash would be. Let me point out a couple of tweets to you, ladies and gentlemen. I want to point out two from Peter Moore, former Liverpool chairman, lifelong football fan as we know, and somebody who helped steer our club in the right direction, somebody who helped get a sustainable business model in place, secure those corporate partnerships. He's come out today with 2 beautiful tweets. I mentioned it on last night's podcast with Stephen Jack, what was going to happen around Peter Moore, because I knew he wouldn't say nothing. I knew that he would have to stand up as a lifelong Red, and this is what he's had to say. When we had nothing, we had footy. We had St. John, Hunt and Callaghan. Shankly came and gave us our pride back and put it in our hearts. We lived for 3 p.m. on Saturday. The boys' pen, the paddock, the unbridled euphoric mayhem that was the Cop. Look after your car for sixpence, the sense of optimism in an otherwise hard grafting life. Affinity to the only thing for many gave them self-worth. The highs and lows of winning and losing. Now at the end of this storm, what? Exactly. Peter Moore summed up all of our emotions. Peter Moore summed up exactly what we were all thinking. FSG have no place to hide anymore. I will never, ever forgive the greedy bastards for what they tried to do to our football club. They were supposed to have a town hall. Billy Hogan, in that email that was released to staff yesterday that we told you about last night, that email was doing the rounds today and yesterday, and there was supposed to be a town hall today. Well, they cancelled that. Our owners have cowered over in Boston, while the rest of us have been left to clean up the mess. All 12 club meeting tonight to discuss disbanding the Super League. That's coming from TalkSport at the minute. This is a breaking story, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, right from the start, when I was here first with the story, I'm going to be here to say it through till its death as well. Still punishment for those teams though? That I don't know, Brad. We'll talk about that, mate. Woohoo! From an Ajax fan. Thank you, mate, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Shanks would be proud of fans. He absolutely would, mate. He absolutely would. And we'd seen Shankly's grandson come out today and said that he's disgusted by this talk of a Super League and he'd like to see the statue removed that represents his grandfather because it doesn't hold dear the values that his grandfather held close to his heart. This football club and the whole culture of English football and European football is different. It cannot and will ever be Americanized, will never be Americanized. The simple matter of relegation is something that we hold dear and something that we like as football fans. It's something that means that there are checks and balances. It means that, yes, okay, there are still the haves and have-nots. I understand that. But this is a chance to redress that balance. This is a chance for the greater football world to finally sit down and take note and say, we can do something about this. America stormed the Capitol for less than this, said Fizz, yeah. But look, it didn't take long, did it? I've said it before and I'll say it again. We all have our own clubs. We take the piss out of each other. We banter each other. But when we need to come together, when the real football fans need to stand up for the whole game, we do it. And we do it quickly, we mobilise quickly, and we let our voices be known quickly. And yet again, ladies and gentlemen, we've done it tonight. And you've done it. By having your say, by coming on platforms like this, the United Stand and elsewhere. You, the fans, and those who marched out there today at Chelsea, those who are outside Anfield, those who are outside the Etihad and various other stadiums, letting it be known to the owners that we as football fans don't want any part of your fake bullshit Super League. I'm proud of each and every one of you guys and girls tonight. I love each and every one of you and thank you for helping to save our goddamn sport, because I've been in mourning for the last 2 days. My heart has been broken and I've been unable to sleep, I've been unable to eat and I've been unable to rest. All I've been able to do is think about the possible death of football as we know it, to think about the club that I fell in love with as an 8-year-old boy being taken apart and dismantled in front of my eyes. I'm so relieved right now that this is dead in the water, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so relieved that I was able to come on and be here very quickly to let you guys know about it. Because whatever happens down the line, however much we banter each other moving forward, this last 72 hours will always be something that's held close to my heart. And I will always know that behind all the banter, behind all the slagging, that people out there have good hearts and they want the best for our sport. And I love you all dearly for it. I'll never forgive FSG for this, said Philip Hunt. I'm happy it collapsed and we can focus on top 4 like normal, but things will never be the same. It'll come back. Mate, I'm honestly getting emotional here. I still think the top 6 deserve a point deduction for this stunt. Dylan, whatever punishment comes our club's way, I believe we'll have to take it on the chin, mate. I'll stand over that, absolutely. It will affect the fans, the players, the managers who had nothing to do with this decision making. But absolutely. Have we left? Nothing from Liverpool yet. Still cowardice, mate. Chelsea and Man City dropping out. Barcelona, as I said to you guys at the start of the stream, putting it to their fans right now. Putting it to their socios. Because they're a club that's run by members. Like I said, I don't know where Barcelona and Real Madrid are getting this idea that they can just let their chairman go out there and make these decisions. Barcelona is owned by socios, it's owned by fans. They will have their say, and Barcelona put out a statement saying that they won't do anything unless the backing of the fans is there, which it isn't. And one by one now we're starting to see tonight this all fall apart. And we wait with bated breath as Liverpool fans to see what the cowards in Boston have to say. Because make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, FSG knew what they were at. FSG warned about this 5 years ago when they tried a similar stunt. Project Big Picture was again a money grab. We are not fools. You do not fuck with our football. This is only a battle in a long war. Don't drop the champagne yet. No, I don't pop it yet. You're right, mate. And I won't pop it yet. And you are spot on. I'm blue, dabba dee, dabba die. We do have a lot to get through, yeah. Get Newlon out. Yeah, Newlon needs a little boogie, doesn't he? Again, ladies and gentlemen, please do hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. Share the link. Let people know we want them in to celebrate. We are 2,400 subscribers away from 100k. And my God, if there was ever a night to do it, tonight is the night. So please share this link. Please let people know we're live. And please hit that goddamn subscribe button. Because we have saved football and we've done it as a collective. Craig and all of LFC fans, Man U fans and all the UK fans, thank you. You're fucking massive and you'll have my respect forever. Mate, I'm just happy that I had a platform, a small platform be it, to be able to give you guys a voice and to be able to come on and stream for 5 hours the other day, to stream for multiple hours yesterday, to keep giving fans a voice, to keep ramming home the fact that we don't want anything to do with this nonsense Super League. Chelsea is out, let's go Blues. And again, credit to Petr Cech. He went out there, spoke to the Chelsea fans directly. A proper football man right there. Came out and spoke to the Chelsea fans directly. And to those fans of all the clubs, of Manchester United, of Liverpool, of Chelsea, of Arsenal, of Spurs, for standing behind their managers, their players, and the working class folk, men and women up and down the country and around the world who support your clubs. You guys are heroes in my eyes, all of you. I thank you so much. Because I tell you, as I said, I've been heartbroken for the past 2 days. I heard the Champions League music in my car on the way home and I was heartbroken, thinking I'd never hear this music again. Go on, says Muts, one love. Absolutely, mate. And FSG out, look, that's a whole another conversation. Craig, you're 3k away. No, mate, I'm not. We're 2,400 away. Look at the top left-hand corner of the stream. What's we got? Stephen Porter said, if all this falls, all that will happen is clubs pulled out of Super League Association United and Juve. If this falls, what happens to the clubs that pulled out? There was a meeting today of the Premier League clubs, so we knew that was going to take place, and the meeting of the 14 clubs except the Big Six took place, and there is a way back. They said they will still welcome the clubs back into the Premier League, but there are a few people who they said will not be welcomed back in. Now, it hasn't been specified exactly who those people are, and again, this is a moving story, and as I get more on it, and as I get more messages into my phone, I said to you earlier on, Liverpool have cancelled the staff meeting that was due to take place today. They were supposed to hold a town hall with staff to let them know what was happening. What's happened? The Super League, mate, is on its arse. Manchester City tell organisers now, breaking on Sky as well, in that beautiful yellow and black. They've pulled out. Chelsea have pulled out. Real Madrid have pulled out. Atletico de Madrid have pulled out. The thing's dead in the water, ladies and gentlemen. We knew that it was a money grab. We knew that it looked like it was never going to happen. We had the feelings that surely this couldn't happen. Surely we couldn't allow this to happen. Well, look, the football world, whether it be pundits, whether it be Sky, however you hate, and we all have people we think are greedy in this scenario, but we've all stood up together. And it's one of the few things that I've seen unite football fans. This is beautiful. Newlon, get out there. Where is he? Come on, Newlon, get out for a boogie, ladies and gents. We need this lad out. Where is he? Come on, Newlon. I'm just going to leave him there dancing on the stream, because he deserves it. Look at him go. Newland's absolutely delighted with it. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. Go on, Newland. Florentino Perez again last night insulting under 24, saying they don't have the concentration span to last a 90-minute game, that they don't like football. Are you for real? Is this idiot that far removed from culture, that he doesn't understand that people under 24 are huge football fans, that they've a massive appetite for the game, that they go out of their way to learn things about the game. This idiot is running one of the biggest clubs in the world, and he's ran them into the ground, and he thought that this was his golden ticket. He thought that this was his way out. He thought that this was going to be the saviour of his finance, of his football club, which is falling apart and on its knees. Well, they deserve it. And anything that comes the way of our owners and the owners of the other big six, they'll deserve it as well. But the football fans shouldn't be punished. The managers and the players shouldn't be punished. I salute James Milner. I told you guys last night that James Milner will stand up and James Milner will come out. I said it before the game. Put Milner in front of the microphone. He came out and he spoke what we all thought. Pep Guardiola, by the way, there's an embargo of some of his press conference that's going to be coming out after 10:30 tonight. Wait for that to come out, because I can tell you categorically that Pep Guardiola ripped into this idea, tore it apart and said he wants no part of it. So that'll be coming out later tonight as well. We already know Jurgen Klopp's thoughts on this. This is dead in the water, ladies and gentlemen. You should rename Newlawn to what's this? Eyeless. I don't know what that means. Sorry, mate. Milner, Horsfoot lad. Milner's an absolute legend, and I'm so proud of all of us, folks. Keep it going in the chat. Show some love. Craig Tompkins had a protest in his live stream, and you might as well end the protest, mate, because it's over. It's over. Chelsea have pulled out, City have pulled out, Barcelona are pulling out, Atletico Madrid are pulling out, and I'm absolutely certain that we'll hear something from Liverpool Football Club around this tonight as well, because these greedy bastards need to be held accountable for their actions. And let's be under no misconceptions. This isn't something that they can say, sorry, we misread the crowd. This was clear when they tried it 5 years ago that we didn't want it. They didn't care about us fans. And for me, I will always love the badge, the players, the management. But I'm done with our owners now. There is no coming back for me from our owners. I hope the government implement the 50+1 rule. I hope the government lash some type of compulsory purchase order on the clubs and buy 51% of it, and then finance it for the fans and have the football clubs pay it back to them. And I'll talk about that a little bit later on as well, because there's a lot of stuff for us to get through tonight, ladies and gents. And this is a moving subject. So, what do we know? We know earlier on today that Jordan Henderson was looking to chair a meeting of Premier League captains who all have no idea about this, who want to oppose this. We know that Chelsea, due to the pressure of their fans and due to the fact that they probably didn't really want to be in this in the first place, along with Manchester City, have pulled out of it. And yet we still hear nothing from Boston. We still hear nothing from the Glazers. We still hear nothing from Kroenke. The cowards cowering over there in America. Just sitting there, not reading the fan base, not understanding how football works, not understanding why relegation is a thing that exists, why you have to earn your right to play in the top teams and play in the top divisions of European football. Liz said, James freaking Milner, WFM, Craig is back and better than ever. I feel reborn, absolutely feel reborn. The last 2 days have took so much out of me emotionally, and I've said to my wife earlier on today, it's felt like I've been in mourning. I know that sounds crazy, I know it's football, but you know what football means to me, ladies and gentlemen. Those who've tuned into our channel know what football means to me. So look, I don't want your super chats, I don't want your super stickers, but what I do want is you guys to hit that subscribe button, look at it as a vote for fuck our owners and a vote to throw this Super League in the bin. So hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and keep your warm, kind comments coming in, because you guys have done this, you guys have helped achieve this, and I will never forget it. I will never badmouth any other fans again. I will stand tall with these football fans who stood tall with us and gave a platform to people who needed it. You are a bunch of goddamn legends, and I will never be able to repay you for it, because I feel like you've helped save my life, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not talking about in an industry, I'm talking about from my soul. I'm talking about what this damn sport means to me. I live and breathe football. Without football I would be nothing. Nothing. And my football club was being ripped out from under us. Late to the show if I missed everything. Mate, you're not late to anything. Sit back, relax, enjoy, because tonight the news is going to be coming thick and fast, and I'm going to be live all the way through as always, and I'm going to be keeping you up to date with what's going on. All I ever ask of any of you is don't mind the super chats, don't mind the super stickers, but do hit that subscribe button, ladies and gents. I'm going to lower down my mic here a little bit because I have a feeling it's a little bit high, so I'm going to lower that down a little bit and try and keep the audio a bit lower. Are LFC out? No, not yet. But the league's dead, mate. It doesn't matter. At this point, it's even more embarrassing for our owners that they're sitting around, because the league's dead. It's dead in the water. City have pulled out, Chelsea have pulled out. There's already only 12 clubs in the league. Barca are pulling out. Atletico are pulling out. It's done. It's dead. It's over. What have we got? Everyone in this football world should be absolutely proud of themselves. It's brilliant that we've stopped this. It is, mate, and thank you again for your kind words. Look, we'll get to our own owners. We'll get to it. I'm not going to cower away from calling out these bastards. I'm telling you that now. I've been very quiet on the subject. I told you guys last night about this shithousery they've shown towards our channel. I'm going to keep speaking out, and I'm going to keep speaking for the fans, because I don't give a shit about access to Liverpool Football Club. I don't care about FSG liking us or not liking us. I care about the club, I care about the fans, and I care about those players and manager that give it all for us every single week out there on the pitch. And if we're not to make it into the Champions League this season, then so be it, and congratulations to those that do, because they've earned the right to be there. And that is the moral part of this that never sat right with me, with you, and many other football fans around the world. This was morally corrupt from minute one. Greed just took over the family jewels. Good on everyone for killing this monster. Absolutely. FSG out Jegster said, late to the show, could you do a recap? My pleasure, mate. Let's start off with Peter Moore, our former chairman, who came out with a couple of tweets around this earlier on today. And this is what he had to say. When we had nothing, we had footy. We had St. John, Hunt and Callaghan. Shankly came and gave us our pride back and put in our hearts. We live for 3 p.m. on Saturday. The boys' pen, the paddock, the unbridled euphoric mayhem that was the Kop. Look after your car for sixpence, the sense of optimism in otherwise hard grafting life, affinity to the only thing that for many gave them self-worth, the highs and lows of winning and losing. Now at the end of this storm, what? Hashtag you'll never walk alone. Somebody who grew up, as he said, was in the boys' pen, worked his way right to the top of the football club. I have a feeling that he left the football club because he knew what was coming and he couldn't put his name to it. I've had my own tumultuous relationship with Peter Moore. I've had my own love-hate relationship with him, but he'll forever have my respect for those tweets today, for coming out and showing his true colours, for coming out and showing where his heart lay when it was time to stand up. He stood up. Jamie Carragher stood up. Neville stood up. Sir Alex Ferguson stood up. Tuchel cowered like a little bitch behind his microphone saying that he's there to work for the club. Pep stood up. Klopp stood up. We know who stood up and we know who didn't. And our owners didn't. Our owners sat in Boston like cowards. The Glazers sat like cowards. Kroenke sat like a coward. Couldn't even put a proper statement out. Couldn't even tell their goddamn staff what was going on. Hang your heads in shame, FSG, because this will not be forgotten by fans. This will not be forgotten. We will always support the manager, we will always support the players, and we'll always follow that badge. But you've marked your card in a way that there's no coming back from. It's absolute shambles what they've done to our club. Our owners need to get out of this now, absolutely. And again, we're awaiting a statement from Liverpool Football Club. When that statement comes, we'll bring it to you, because they can't just sit back and not say something now. The rat who plays Dagandropa said, thank my God, as a City fan, I'm from Florida, I'm so happy with this collapsing. Thank you for your honesty and your struggles. My daughter said you're watching Gru again. Brilliant. No, she's right though. My own kids have called me that. I can't wait till he screams. You're an inspiration. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. And say hi to your daughter as well. Tell her she's a legend. Joanne with the bugle, or with the happy super sticker. Thank you, Joanne, as always. And no, people keep asking me if Liverpool left. It doesn't matter at this point. But the answer technically is no. But the league's dead, because there's no clubs left. We've already seen 4 today. We know that Chelsea have left. Martin Lipton, a respected journalist, has let it be known that Manchester City and Sky are reporting they've told organisers they don't want to be part of it. So Florentino Perez can continue to threaten that these clubs have signed a binding legal agreement, but I guarantee you it ain't worth the paper it's written on. And I said this last night and I'm going to say it again. I never understood why any of the 6 English clubs signed up to that. We have the most powerful league in the world, the most watched league in the world, and the wealthiest league in the world. Barcelona and Real Madrid, through financial mismanagement, have absolutely ran their clubs into the ground. Juventus, AC Milan and Inter Milan facing huge financial ramifications as well. Why the hell did we want to help them out when we had a chance to bring the best players to the league? We already have Klopp, we have Guardiola, we've got some of the best managers in the world. Now we have the money and the means to attract the best players in the world. And they wanted to bail out Real Madrid. They wanted to bail out Barcelona when they had financially mismanaged. These 6 greedy bastards and Premier League owners wanted to bail those cowards out? No. No, no, no. What else have we got in the chat? Unless the clubs get majority stake on with the fans, I'm not supporting it. This was the last straw. Again, there has been some talk, so again, I'll bring you some more news on this. I've got loads of stuff on my phone to talk to you about this one. Sorry, 1 second. I'm trying to get the right ones here. So much stuff on my phone today. No, it's not that one. So Connor sent me something earlier on. So there's another thing I want to go live with here now and let you guys know about. Where is it? This one. Sorry, folks. I want to get this right. Where is it? The government have basically come out and said that they could potentially... Where the hell is this? The government have come out and said that they'll look at this 50+1 model. Now, how does this work and how could it work? I had my doubts about this, and I sat there last night and I said, how could the government potentially fund this 50+1 model, which is the German model, where fans own 51% of the clubs, therefore having the majority of the voting rights, which basically means they run the club. Now, all I can think of, and obviously I'm no solicitor, I'm no barrister, I've got no legal background, but all I can think of is that potentially they lash some type of compulsory purchase order on the 20 Premier League clubs or the Championship clubs and the League One clubs. I don't know how far down it's going to go. But let's look at the Premier League. And if they decide that they want to bail out and help the fans, well, what they can do is simply this. They could loan the fans the money to compulsorily buy put a compulsory purchase order to buy 51% of the clubs. I don't know how that works from a legal perspective. And the clubs could then repay the government on a low interest basis, and when it's repaid the fans take back that 51%. That's possible, because as much as we think this is big money, as much as we talk about Liverpool being worth 2.5 billion, United being worth a few billion, so to the governments this is nothing. 10 to 12 billion to do this is entirely possible. Now, I'm not saying that it will be done, but I am saying that this is a fluid situation and we need to keep atop of it. Super League is no more, Alfie. You're absolutely spot on, mate. And again, don't worry about your super chats. All I want you to do tonight, folks, is hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video and share the link to the stream, and let's get as many fans in to celebrate. So, Arsenal, Liverpool and Man United reportedly have intention of staying in the Super League. That's according to Sky. There is no league. It's not going to happen. So again, if you're watching and you're listening to fans around the world, John W. Henry, you cowardly son of a bitch, now is the time to understand that you will not win, that you cannot win, that the proposed bullshit league is dead in the water, and that it won't get the backing from the fans, it won't get the backing from the government, it won't get the backing from the football authorities, the players or the managers. Ram that through your head and stop trying to Americanise our sport, you greedy, greedy bastard. Because it's not going to happen. So you can't make it into the NBA, you can't turn it into a no relegation thing, and you can take your American model and ram it, mate. There's no coming back. No coming back for our owners from this one. So you can go on and you can continue to keep up this charade if you want. But at the end of the day, the league is dead in the water. It's been buried tonight by Manchester City, by Chelsea, by Barcelona, by people who are starting to grow a conscience or at least read the view of their fans. Let's not start congratulating these ball-out teams too much. Don't forget they had a knife stuck in it. Oh, mate, I won't forget, Paul. I'm only happy that the league's dead in the water, mate. The ramifications and what should happen to these 6 clubs, I'm all for. Whatever punishment is dished out to my club and the other clubs in this, we should take it on the chin and count ourselves lucky that our football clubs are still alive. So I'm not popping the champagne corks, mate, and thinking that everything's groovy. I'm as disgusted in this still as I was 2 days ago. And I'm disgusted that our owners, who tried this shit 5 years ago and said lesson learned, haven't learned their lesson. Best possible news, mate, said Regan Taylor Reid. Thank you very much. I'd say give the Champions League to PSG. That's punishment for them. Sorry, my phone's just lighting up again. And again, what do we do? What can we do? What can we do to let our owners know? They called us legacy fans. Legacy fans. The diehards. The hardcore fans. The people who, when their backs are against the wall, have still managed to buy kits for their kids, have still managed to buy the TV subscriptions, the multiple TV subscriptions that we've needed, have still bought their season tickets. have gone up and down the country, around Europe supporting the club, have stood up for the club when it counted. Legacy fans? No, mate. They're called the life and soul of a football club. How you can't get that through your head. You spoke about being a custodian of Liverpool Football Club. You spoke about respecting the traditions of the football club, which was one of the reasons you used to stay at Anfield. You spoke about understanding it from coming from Boston and what it meant to be a Bostonian and what the Red Sox meant to you as a person. You are an absolute joke of a human being, John W. Henry, and you will lose all respect from every self-right Liverpool fan, and you will never get it back, sir, because your card has been marked right now, and it's only a matter of time till you run out of this football club with your money. Yeah, you'll probably have your money in your back pocket, mate, and I hope you rot in hell with it, because there's no coming back for our owners from this from me. I am done with FSG. Chelsea and City have left, said George. Yes, mate, absolutely have. Again, keep hitting that subscribe button, folks. Keep dropping a like on the video. I want your comments coming in. Timmy said, thank you, Craig. No need to thank me, mate. This has been a collective group effort from all football fans, from all clubs, from all fan channels, from all media platforms, from all websites, from every football fan that went to grounds, for football fans that made their banners and put them up in the test of this absolute shambles. Legacy fans, said Alexander Gomez. Legacy fans, mate. You're right. Just trust Americans to come up with that stupid terminology. Typical. Another watch later, Madsen said, find the crony mafia billionaire owners, restructure the rules and make fans part owners of the club and vote represent 51%. I agree with you, mate. I hope that the government see this as a time to fund the fans, because not only will it give so much political goodwill, and look, I don't get into politics, thank you for the super sticker SVG, but what this will do is, we might think of 15 to 20 billion, which it might take to buy out 51% of the 20 Premier League clubs. That's just a rough guess off the top of my head. It could be more, it could be less, don't know. But we think of that as massive money to us as normal mere individuals, mere mortals. But governments can afford to do that. The government could potentially, and this is just me spitballing, I have no legal background, this idea could be dead in the water, probably could be. But they could absolutely loan the fans the money, or whack compulsory purchase orders on the clubs to make sure fans get 51% of them, and then give the 49% back to anybody who actually wants to invest in football and work with fans. Yes, you'll make a profit, but for the good of the goddamn game, and not for the good of your bank accounts, or so you can have a bigger boat or a bigger jet, you greedy capitalist pigs. It hasn't collapsed completely yet. Have I ever steered you wrong? Have I ever come on this channel and not told you something that I've stood over? So some of you don't know me, that's fair enough, I appreciate that, and you're coming in for the first time. But those that do know me will tell you, I speak from the heart, I speak honestly, and I usually am able to back up exactly what I've said. And I'm telling you now, that by midnight tonight, this league is dead in the water. It is not going to happen. What have you got? Thanks to all the fans that said no to the ESL. The funny part was, the E part wasn't technically there. It was called a Super League. Somebody pointed this out. And what made it very interesting was, this Super League could have potentially seen, let's say, Boca Juniors join. Could have potentially seen a club from Dubai or Abu Dhabi or Australia or anywhere. It was called a Super League. That was the important part of this. Super League. Heading towards the 100k, mates. Congrats, said Daniel. Mate, look. You will have no idea what it will mean to me if we hit that 100k tonight. The day the football was saved. Because I've said to Connor and I've said to everybody over the past few days that yeah, we may hit 100k this week, but it feels hollow. It feels like the 3 years of hard work that Connor and I and you guys have put into this channel to hit that 100k, to make that massive step. It felt hollow last night. It felt hollow the day before. It doesn't feel hollow anymore. It feels like we're getting our sport back. So look, I don't want your super chats. I don't want your super stickers. All I want you to do is hit that subscribe button. See it as a vote for keeping football for the fans. And drop a like on the video and keep sharing the link to the video and let people know we're live. That's all I want you to do. I don't want your money. I want your Words are what you say, and I want to give you guys a platform to continue to speak up for football fans and have what you want to say said. Because that's what this channel is. It's a community for football fans. It's all we've ever claimed to be, and it's all we ever will be. I know that I'm nobody. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not an influencer. I'm merely a conduit between your opinions, the microphone, and the internet. And I'm proud to do so. And I will always represent you guys. Madrid Zone reporting that Boris Johnson's pressure on English clubs was a major factor in the collapse. Who's Connor? Connor is the guy who does all the graphics, the tech stuff, runs our channel basically, mate. You know, I get the glory part of it. I come on and do the easy stuff. I talk to the microphone, I do the videos and all that. But Connor does all the tech stuff. Connor does all the background work. And Connor is my partner in crime. The two of us are in this together. Liverpool is not quitting. Again, mate, I'm going to reiterate what I said to you. And look, there is stories coming out that suggest that Liverpool, Manchester United, and I can't remember who the other club was, Arsenal I think, aren't going to pull away from this. There is no league to join. It is dead. 2 English clubs already gone. They couldn't get the 15 they needed, plus the 5 that they said were somehow going to qualify. They couldn't get the Premier League to let them play in the Premier League and play in this competition. And the Premier League, importantly, have put out something earlier on. This was from, I think, one of the people who Cave Solokol spoke to, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I'm not mistaken about what I'm going to say, but I may be mistaken about it being on Sky or who said it. But they said that, yes, there is a way back. Ed Woodward has resigned. Ed Woodward has resigned from Manchester United. There you go. If that isn't breaking news, I don't know what is. Ed Woodward has resigned from Manchester United. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Respect to all the fans, regardless of which team you support. Respect to the Anfield Agenda team. Thank you, mate. Again, but please just do hit that subscribe button. 2,100 to go on a night that feels like the night we should hit 100k. On a night that feels like we should celebrate. Because I didn't want this yesterday. I nearly quit yesterday. And not because I didn't believe in our channel. I nearly quit because I thought my game was dead. I thought my sport was dead. I thought the 31 years I've given to this sport, both as a fan, as a footballer, and as somebody who has a platform, was dead. It's not dead. Again, news is coming thick and fast, and I am going to keep bringing it to you left, right, and centre, mate. So, again, good enough for Ed Woodward, because he's an absolute coward and a joke as well. What have we got? There's another super chat here I want to read. I've read that one already, and I think I've read that one. Woohoo! From an Ajax fan, WFM. Thank you for that, mate. But again, I don't want your super chats. I don't want your money. All I want is your comments. I want to know how you feel right now, and I want you guys to share this stream and let the world know we're live and that they have a place on here to share their opinions. This is a good day for football. Florentino Perez is a coward, said Louis Talks. Absolutely. I just subscribed to this legend. Thank you so much, mate. You've no idea what that means to me. Super League is off. Yes. And I told you. People doubted me when I went live. I told you. I don't come on here and tell lies. I only speak facts. And you'll get to know me if you haven't gotten to know me already. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I will come out with some stupid shit that you won't agree with. But I will always say it with the respect of the football community in mind. Because I love this sport. This sport is my life outside of my wife and children. Let's get Anfield Agenda, that silver YouTube play button for 100k. Please do. As I said, I don't want your money. All I want you guys to do is hit that subscribe button and share the stream. Takes 2 seconds. Underrated YouTuber, thank you, mate. Well, hopefully not for too much longer. You know, I've had the pleasure today of speaking with Michael Ramsey, aka the Irish guy, about it. I went on the United stand, I spoke with Mark Goldbridge, a good friend of ours, about it. They're all as disgusted as I am. Doesn't matter. Togden's disgusted. Doesn't matter where you support. Whether you support Portsmouth, Bolton, Liverpool, United. Everybody is disgusted with this money grab. Will we request to leave or be forced out by other clubs leaving? And do you think FSG will punish further? Again, I don't know what Ed Woodward resigning is actually going to do here, because he was thrown under a bus. So if the owners think that Woodward resigning is going to save them, that's not going to make any difference. Woodward's merely a puppet. Subscribe, let pressure FSG, said the virtual Jonathan. Thank you, mate. Finally, rival fans can see the Glazers are corrupt. Mate, I've always known they're corrupt. I've always spoken of my, not admiration for United fans, but of my sympathy for United fans, because I knew the way the club was bought. I knew the leverage buyout. I knew the crippling interest repayments. I knew all about it. And I felt for United fans because they felt powerless. Well, now we have time to show our power. It wasn't just United fans. It wasn't just Liverpool fans. The whole European football community is disgusted by these fucking cowboys. Rival fans see the Glazers are corrupt. There was another one there I need to get to as well. Woodward has been sacked. Another domino has fallen. Exactly. Good for him. We don't want him in the sport. 2 teams left. Who's next? The European Super League collapses. Yes, it is collapsing, mate. Woodward has been sacked. Yes. Again, great to see on Blue Dabba-dee Dabba-die. 100k being here since 5k. Football is coming home. And Craig's got a beard. Well, the best that I can do in the beardy situation, mate. But look, again, 2,000 to go now, folks. We can do this tonight. As the news comes in, because I'm getting more and more of it sent to me all the time from journalists and friends, I'm going to keep bringing it to you. And as much as my voice is gone, I'm going to keep letting you guys know about everything that's happening tonight, everything that's unfolding as Chelsea play Brighton in the Premier League as well. I'm going to keep letting you guys know. Share this link, let people know we are live, and to come in and share their thoughts and celebrate with us, because it's felt like the death of football. Can I get a Ric Flair, somebody says. Earphone alert, earphone alert. Woo! Come on! Football's back, baby. Oh, I'm so fucking happy. I'm shaking. I'm shaking. I'm so happy that this bullshit thing is dead in the water. My phone's lighting up like a Christmas tree here. Yeah, as us Liverpool fans look at this as well, we think about last night. And we think about the distraction that this caused to Jurgen Klopp and those players, when they should have been out there on the pitch, just focusing on trying to get the win and trying to close the gap on West Ham. At this moment in time, you know what? If West Ham get Champions League, if Chelsea get it and they're in it, fair play. I'm about saving our football club. Yeah, Drawdy just messaged me as man to say, yeah, he's gone. Woodward's gone. And I'm messaging him back to say congratulations. Yeah, so well done. Hey Drawdy, I'm just recording this live and I just seen your message, mate. Congratulations. Pass on my best to all the lads. To all the United Stand crew and all the United fans. I'm so glad that that shambles has been kicked out of your club, mate. Right, what have we got? Ed Woodward has resigned. I told you guys that. I told you this when I went live, that this league was dead in the water. And people still doubted me. Trust me. We're just waiting to hear what our cowardly owners have to say now. And I don't know why United thrown Woodward under a bus, what they think that's going to achieve. Because their fans aren't idiots either. They know who's behind this. The Americanization of the sport is what they're trying to do. The NBA model, as they called it. It's all nonsense. All nonsense, and it just simply won't work. So, as I said at the start, to those cowards hiding in America, whether it be the Glazers, whether it be John W. Henry, whether it be the rest of FSG, or whether it be Stan Kroenke, you tried to take on the establishment and you fucking lost, and you will continue to lose, mate, because football is for the fans, by the fans, and don't you ever forget that. This isn't America. This isn't American sport that you can come by your club, pick it up and move it elsewhere, pal. These are deep rooted in communities. These go back generations, and there is a history in this goddamn sport which you will either learn to respect, or you can fuck off like the rest of them that came and tried beforehand, like the other Yanks that were run out. And I don't use the term Yanks lightly, and I don't mean to be disparaging towards the great American people in our chat and the American people that I know and love, but there's greed at the centre of this, and it's capitalist greed, and it's being financed again by another American bank. JP Morgan had 4.6 billion put away in this, and I believe JP Morgan, if my memory is correct, is the bank that financed the Glazers takeover of Manchester United as well. So if you are an American customer and you do have money with that bank, please feel free to take it out and tell them to go fuck themselves and move that money elsewhere, because all these capitalist bastards understand is people taking money off their tables. That's it. Woodward was the link between JP Morgan and the Glazers. Well, he's gone. Woodward's gone, said Lawrence. Yep, good enough for them all. Woodward resigned. Good. FSG next. Is that Luke, mate? Everybody, you're right. FSG need to be next. So again, I don't want your money. I don't want your super chats, but you can make my life tonight. And I mean literally make my life. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. and get us to that 100k on this live stream tonight, when we can celebrate it like we should have been able to celebrate it. Not like we were going to have to celebrate it in a low manner that didn't mean anything to us, that was fucking hollow because our club was being dragged out from under us. I refused. I said it all along. I was asked earlier on today and I was asked yesterday. I refused to believe that I was going to support Liverpool Football Club that took part in this shambles of a Super League, and I still won't. I will never do it unless it's for the right reasons. I will never support this football club going and playing in some bastardised version of the European Cup that I don't agree with. And Florentino Perez should be ran out of Real Madrid. The electorate at that club should absolutely take that shyster, that con artist, and run him out of the club. Telling people that people under the age of 24 don't like football, that they might have to redo 90-minute games because young people haven't got the attention span. I'm 39 years of age, mate, and I know what young people are capable of. I've seen the best of young people. I've seen them stand up here in my country and save their friends in school who are being taken away from their families, who are being sent out of the country. I've seen young people around the world stand up and fight for causes that people like myself haven't had the nuts to. So don't dare speak down to a generation that have shown more courage already than most of us have in our lifetime. How can you misread the room so badly, Perez? You absolute idiot. You are an idiot, sir. You are everything that's wrong with the sport. You corrupt, greedy little capitalist pig. Honestly, I'm absolutely fuming at that clown. All because he mismanaged Real Madrid and dragged them into an absolute shit show. Same with Barcelona as well. Their own financial mismanagement, and now it's coming back to bite you in the arse. And I hope that you ran out of town, and I hope that you lose every goddamn penny that you have to your name, because you deserve it for trying to steal the sport out from underneath the fans. A United fan here sharing the joy with you tonight. Absolutely over the moon. Can't wait to watch your teams clash again. Much love, mate. You've got no idea how much I'm looking forward to that May 1st game now. And I'm looking forward to it. And there'll be banter, but there'll be fucking love. There'll be love, mate, because you guys have stood alongside us, as have Chelsea fans, as have City fans, and we need to take a lesson from this. We need to learn that we aren't all against each other, that we should have a bit of banter and a bit of fun, but for the greater good, we come together, and we have come together again, and you've saved football. And I don't say that lightly. You have saved football. I need to just take a breath. I'm nearly moved to tears. I'm so happy. Somebody put up a TikTok that contrasted me last night when Liverpool scored to me from the last game Liverpool scored. I haven't seen the TikTok yet, but I've been messaged a lot of times today about it. That just shows the difference. That just shows what it really means to us, and how last night felt like we were distant from the game and we weren't there and we didn't know if it meant anything. And we've dropped 2 points now, and I should be sitting here absolutely dismayed that we're throwing away a top 4 place potentially, but I feel like we're getting a lifeline, because these con artists, these greedy businessmen and women are being shown up for what they are. So long, Ed Woodward. Don't ever come back. You won't be missed. Never thought we'd get rid of him, says a Manchester United fan. Well, I'm delighted for you, mate, and I hope you get your club back in some way. 1 second. I'm going to ring somebody. I'm live. So I'm going to have to step away from the mic for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. You'll still hear me, but I don't want Drawdy's voice to be picked up. Yeah, no worries. I'm live anyway, but I'll take your call and step away. Cool, bye. Obviously a lot going on over at the United stand as well. That was Drawdy on the phone there. Obviously with Ed Woodward being sacked, those guys are going 100 miles an hour as well. Just goes to show we have all been reaching out behind the scenes. We have been working with each other, and we have been, you know, standing with each other during all of this. Sorry, that was my headphones were falling on the ground. What's getting rid of Klopp got to do with any of this, mate? Fuck off with your getting rid of Klopp nonsense. The man stood up and was counted yesterday. The man understands what it means to be Liverpool manager, and you want to get rid of him? Stop, you clown. Corrupt agents. Yes, FIFA and UEFA have left a lot to be desired. Yes, they have, and they aren't the bastions of moral ineptitude. No, that's not the right word. Moral conviction that they seem to think they are. They have a lot to be desired as well. They need to sort their house out. FSG out. FSG are selling Liverpool. Look, that's not me saying that. I'm reading the comment, by the way. I have absolutely no reason to believe that that's the case. But, as we've said, Juventus chairman has resigned as well. So, Juventus chairman gone. Manchester United chairman gone. Chelsea pull out of Super League. City pull out of the Super League. Barcelona have come out and said that they won't take any place in it unless their fans vote for it, which they won't. Atletico Madrid dropping out of it. This thing is dead in the water, folks. It is dead in the water. 1,800 subscribers to go. We can do this tonight. It feels right to save this tonight of all nights. I never ever have asked people for anything on this channel. I've never tried to ram products down your throat. I've never tried to flog you shit. All I ask you tonight is please do hit that subscribe button, because this will be a victory that will mean more to me, and this will be a night that I'll remember more than you will ever know. So please do hit that subscribe button and share the stream. Agnelli is the Juventus chairman, mate. He's the one who resigned from the European board the other day. He was one of the people that was the vice chairman of this. Florentino Perez, Stan Kroenke, John W. Henry, one of the Glazers, and Agnelli were the 4 vice chairmen of this bullshit breakaway Super League. Missed my super chat. Sorry, mate. I'm scrolling back up. I'll try to get to it. Apologies if I did. Where is it? I'm scrolling, mate. I don't know which super chat it was. Just put in the comment again, mate, with a burger beside it, and I'll read it for you. I'm sorry, I missed the super chat. Things are going quick here. All 6 Premier League clubs have left the Super League. I'm going to repeat that. All 6 Premier League clubs have left the Super League, and that's according to Xavi Torres, who Connor's just put into the chat. So, bro, this is so great to hear. Thank you, mate. 1,700 to go. Craig been sub since before 30k. Thank you, guys. Again, Woodward out. Now we need to hear from the cowards of our owners. We need to hear from FSG what they have to say on it. Again, to reiterate today, Jordan Henderson's trying to sort out a meeting of football captains. Our owners were supposed to have a meeting with the fans today, a town hall with Billy Hogan. An email was sent around at 8:30 yesterday morning saying that more information will follow, and that town hall today was cancelled. Again, for those of you coming in late, our former CEO Peter Moore came out today and nailed his colours to the masks, right with the with the fans, hand in hand. And again, I had my own doubts about Peter Moore and other things, but for this I will forever be eternally grateful to Mr. Moore. He said when we had nothing, we had the footy. We had St. John, Hunt and Callahan. Shankly came and gave us our pride back and put hope in our hearts. We lived for 3 p.m. on Saturday. The boys' pen, the paddock, the unbridled euphoric mayhem that was the Cop. Look after your car for sixpence. The sense of optimism in an otherwise hard grafting life. Affinity to the only thing that for many gave them self-worth. The highs and lows of winning and losing. Now at the end of the storm. For what? Thank you, Peter Moore. Thank you, mate, for having the courage of your convictions to let us know where you stand. FSG out said my nan's got bunions. Simple as that. Yes, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. There was never any way back for them in this with me. And I can't speak for every Liverpool fan on that. I will claim to speak for the football fans on a lot of stuff. But this is each individual person's own belief. But I will never forgive them for this. Never. And I have forgiven them for a lot. I've forgiven them for furloughing a staff. Or at least, shall I say, I understood it. I understood their miscalculations. But this was one they tried 5 years ago, and they used the phrase to throw their own response back at them. Lesson learned. You did not learn your lesson, but you are about to learn a very valuable lesson. You do not fuck with football fans. Stop your soccer bullshit. Football fans are a different breed. European sport is a different breed. Understand it or leave it. Do you think FSG will sell Liverpool? I hope so. I hope the 50+1 model that the government are touting comes in. You love to see it, but if we bottle top 4 from last night and everything that has happened, I'll be fuming. As will the manager, mate. As will the manager. But you know what? It's a small price to pay. It's a small price to pay, if that's the case. Because as I said at the time, and I'll repeat it now, if Chelsea earned that spot, if West Ham earned that spot, if Everton, whoever earns those spots, they've earned them through sporting right to be in that competition next season. So if we miss out on the top 4, so be it. We have to take that on the chin, congratulate those clubs, and work towards improving for next season. That's what sport is about. That's why fans came together, because we understand it. On merit, exactly, on merit. Will it break my heart if we're not in the Champions League? Yeah, but but nowhere near as much as our football club playing in some bullshit European competition that none of us care about. And let's not forget last night, they thought that they could pick up their Champions League and bring it with them. They thought that they could go into this Super League with Real Madrid having 13 Super Leagues, Liverpool having 6. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. So whatever divide we did have between local fans and overseas fans, everybody, man, woman, child and dog, have come together to let it be known that our sport was under attack and we weren't going to have it. So I've put all my differences aside with anyone that's ever slagged me off, and I don't care. I love you all tonight and I thank you so much. European Super League, said Connor. There you go. European Super League. That's the phrase. Football is too strong. Exactly. And sometimes it has to be shown that money can't buy everything. Sometimes it has to be shown that the people need to be listened to. Governments will back this as well. So whatever you think about government and politics, at least everybody, unified, no matter what party, spoke out about this and spoke out about their disgust of it. And that, fair play. Because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to bring United fans, Liverpool fans, City fans, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, Spurs fans together. It takes a lot to bring politicians together, governments together, other football clubs together. Well, they've done that. And finally, these cowards are going to learn that they can't dictate what's going to happen to our sport. We dictate what's going to happen to our sport because we vote with our feet and our wallets. And you'll learn that if you haven't already. Well done from a Millwall fan. We stand as one. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. And lots of love to you as well. Mike Keegan's reporting that the Glazers may sell Manchester United. Again, these are all reports. Anybody hear anything from the cowards from Boston yet? Because make no mistake, I'm done with them. Do you know what? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're a Liverpool fan and there's no coming back for FSG for you. Because as I've said to you, and I got to point it out again, 18 months ago, Connor and I went to America. We saved up all of our money and went on a trip to America to meet with supporters groups. We reached out to supporters clubs and we'd arranged to meet some of them. Then with some of them cancelled on us, we started to wonder why. Some of them moved venues on us. We started to wonder why. So I reached out to somebody who I know would tell me the truth. And they told me, yes, we were approached by the football club. We did receive an email from the football club. One particular supporters club, one of their members went public to say that Liverpool Football Club didn't want them to do with me. That they didn't want to meet up with Anfield Agenda. Because they don't like us. Well, guess what? The chickens have come home to roost, you cowardly bastards. I've sat on that information for 18 months as people have worked against us, trying to not give us a voice. As I've been belittled, as I've had my life threatened, as I've had pictures and my information about my family posted publicly, I have refused to shut the fuck up, and I've come on here and I've spoke for fans because I love the sport. And nobody will ever take that away from me. Nobody. And don't let them take it away from you guys either. You're all heroes. It's Sean from Malta again here. The Premier League need to adopt the 50+1 rule. How are you, Sean? Lots of love to you, buddy, and I hope you're well in Malta. That is used in Germany. The fans make the club and the sport what we should have the final say. What goes on in our clubs. I agree. Arsenal fan here. Hope Kroenke leaves next. Again, I'm waiting to see those thumbs up from people who want FSG gone. There they come. I'm so proud of every one of you people, whether you know me or not, whether you ever come back again or not. I'm so proud of all the football community for stepping up and saving our sport. This could be the biggest day in football history. We're living through something that we're going to look back on, and we will know that we stood on the right side of history. We will know that when the time was asked to be stand up and be counted, football fans stood up and were counted. We stand with you, Craig, said Adam. Thank you, mate, but we stand with each other. And we stood up, and when history's been written, we know we're on the right side of history. And you'll know you made a difference. And hopefully any of you parents out there that has a young boy or a young girl and you're bringing them up and you want to take them to the footy, hopefully you remember this moment, because this is a pinnacle moment in our sport. This is a moment where finally we said enough is enough of the greed. The haves and the have-nots cannot continue to divide. So I hope that this is a means that we really look at the sport as a whole and we really look at the financial model that is sustainable right through from grassroots level right up to the top tier in the Premier League. Because football is for the people. It doesn't matter whether you're lacing up a pair of boots to go and play for your Sunday League team, or whether you're Jordan Henderson walking out captaining Liverpool to a European Cup. It doesn't make any difference. He started out in the same place that your kids are. Every person starts out with a dream and the ability to get there. And these people, through their greed, tried to take that ability away from us, and we said, fuck you, it ain't happening on our watch. US Everton fan here, this feels so awesome. Now, can you help us blow up this MLS nonsense? So we can do it right, please. You know, again, I don't want to comment on the MLS. I will give credit that the league is getting better, but I also understand and appreciate that there's a cultural difference between the way sport is in America and the way sport is in Europe. And I wouldn't dare try and come in and try and change American sport, because it's in your culture, sir. It's in your belief system. It's the way you grew up. The collegiate system, the high school system. That route through to professional sport. In Europe, as I'm sure you know, mate, it's different. We go to our local grassroots clubs. We may get spotted. We may go to a school of excellence. We may go to an academy. We may make it, we may not. But every single child out there, regardless of financial situation, has that ability and has that chance. It's why Luis Suarez, it's why Maradona, it's why all these amazing, amazing footballers, Kun Aguero, some of these people grew up, couldn't afford a pair of football boots, but they went out and they played the sport on the street. And they got their first pair of boots. They went playing their mucky football pitches. They practiced. And they've changed their lives, their families' lives, and their communities' lives. And they keep giving back. They've come from poverty to greatness through our sport. Not through the greed of these corporate pigs that think that they can come in and run a closed shop. And stop the likes of Norwich City who've come back to the Premier League. And stop West Ham potentially getting into the Champions League. That's unacceptable. And it was never going to happen. And I knew it wasn't going to happen. But I was still sad and I waited. And thankfully tonight the dominoes are starting to fall, ladies and gentlemen. The dominoes are starting to fall. Again, I don't want your super chats. I don't want your money. That's not what this is about. But I do want you to hit that subscribe button and help us get to 100k tonight. We've 1,550 to go. You guys can help us get there. Spread the word. Let people know we're live. I want people to come in and celebrate with us. And I want to know how you're feeling right now. Embarrassed to be an American, mate? You've got nothing to be embarrassed about, mate. You are an American, you're a citizen, you're a person. You are a unique individual, Joe, and it's not down to you that this happened, mate. You have nothing as an American to apologise for, sir. Nothing. This is just for the greed of a few. The fact that 3 of them happen to be American running English clubs, that's got nothing to do with any American citizen. I've been to America many times and I've felt the hospitality and I've felt the kindness and the love from American people. So this isn't about you as an individual, mate. We love American people and you're all good folks. This is about the greed of a few. But the embarrassed to be an American, but up the Reds and let us be rid of these private equity vampires like FSG. Not just in football, but in society. Hear, hear, sir. Hear, hear. And I'm waiting for these cowards to release a statement or for someone to be thrown under the bus. Connor said subscribe. Hashtag road to 100k. 1,550 to go. 1,500 to go now. We can do this tonight, folks. And this will feel like the biggest fucking W in my lifetime. You've no idea what this means to me. I don't want fame and glory. I don't want any of that. I've always said I want this 100k for Connor, the other half of this channel, to go to his father, because I can't do it, because my father's passed, sadly. I want him to have that father-son moment where he goes, hey dad, remember that thing I started in college with my mate? Well, guess what? We got 100k. That's what it means to me. Because I love that young man. Like a fucking brother. And I love this sport. And the past 48 hours have been hell. And now I finally feel like I fucking breathe. As Klopp said, and many others have said before, football is the most important of the least important things. And it definitely is to me. Keeper said, you think if this falls through, the 2 teams have decided to take part in the ESL should suffer a penalty? Yes. Mate, I've no problem. I've no problem with our club being sanctioned. It'll affect the fans and it'll affect the players and the manager. But yeah, I've got no problem with it, because It's for the betterment of the sport. And we all have our own clubs, but we all have our own unique moment that made us fall in love with this sport. And it's more than a sport. It brings people together. There's that wonderful story during the World War where the English troops and the German troops downed tools and had a game of football together. I think it was Christmas Day. Football can do stuff that nothing else can do. It can end fucking wars. It can bring people together. It can get rid of race. It can get rid of hatred. It can do so much beautiful stuff. And tonight, as I said, this is history. This is football fans standing up and reclaiming our goddamn sport. And I'm so proud of all of you. I really am. Need a quick drink. Sláinte. So to those people that call me a fake fan, fuck you. I love this sport. More than I love any individual club, I love the sport. And I love the people that make it what it is. Right, happy times now. Sorry about that. I genuinely didn't feel that coming on. Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere. So apologies for the emotion. Came in for the rages once upon a time. Here now because you're a top man. Mate, you don't know what that means. You honestly don't know what that simple sentence means. Thank you. Regan Taylor Reed, thank you very much as well. Right, so again, we'll recap what we know. Sorry, I'm going to try to compose myself. Fake as. See this prick? Fake as. You obviously don't know me one bit, mate. You obviously don't know me one bit. Anybody that mocks me about this and thinks this is fake, go fuck yourself. I really don't care what you think. I really don't care what you think, mate. Chin up, fella. We're all in this together. Absolutely. I'm a United fan, but I want Liverpool owners out. So do I. What's happened? Right. So for those that are coming in late, it all started today when Chelsea fans came to Stamford Bridge and we heard murmurings that maybe something was happening. Petr Cech came out and said, give us time, spoke to the Chelsea fans and the football fans that were outside that stadium. And then we heard Chelsea are pulling out. We'd heard murmurings yesterday. I told you guys last night that there was word that Manchester City and Chelsea, this wasn't sitting right with them and they felt like I don't want to say they were bullied into it because they were complicit in it. Let's not spare any bones about that. They were part of it. But at least the two clubs today have pulled out of it quickly. And Barcelona have said they can't do it without the backing of their socios, which are their members. Because Barcelona is owned by members. Members come together and elect a president. Juan Laporta just been elected. And we knew one by one this was going to fall. And I got word about an hour and a bit ago that this was falling through. The whole league was collapsing and I came straight on. And people were doubting me at the start of the stream. People were saying, not yet, Craig. I'm telling you, it's dead. It's dead in the water and the vultures are starting to circle. Glazers have thrown Ed Woodward under a bus. He's gone. And Agnelli, the Juventus chairman, he's been sacked or resigned. He's gone. But yet we still await the people who said they're custodians of our football club. The cowards in Boston who misread their hand massively. You played the biggest game of poker of your life and you sat there with your two pairs thinking that you had it. Little did you know there was a fucking stray flush coming your way. Because football fans, we don't come together for much. There isn't much you'll get us to unite for. But when you take the history and the sanctity of our sport and you try and use that for capital gain, for the benefit of the very, very few. This wasn't even for the few of the fans. You called us legacy fans. You absolute cretin. And I'm so glad that these people are being exposed for what they are eventually, which is just greedy, corrupt pigs. You can't support Liverpool if you're not from that county. What about all these fans up and down the UK or all around the world? This would have been all of us, mate. There is no divide. We are football fans now. We are fans of Liverpool Football Club or Manchester United or Chelsea. No more of this hatred. No more of this toxicity. No more to divide between fan bases. It's time to come together now. It's time to come together and heal, and come together and heal community and heal society, because the world is in a shitty place right now. Every day you wake up, there's more bad news. Another version of the pandemic, another strain, another black person killed, another incident, another mass shooting. And then they tried to take in all of that at a weekend where it was supposed to be a racial equality weekend. We're supposed to be say no to racism over the past weekend. That's what the Premier League was supposed to be doing. This broke and took away from that very good cause. Again, they didn't care. They didn't care that they were ruining it. They didn't care when the players and the clubs wanted to stand up against racism this weekend. The greedy owners didn't care. They were all about themselves. The website that they have for this European Super League looks like a transition year student of 15 years of age put it together in an hour. It has been a shambles from start to finish. It hasn't been thought through, and there's been no communication. None from FSG. None. At least the Glazers have fucked Ed Woodward under a bus and are maybe looking to sell United by the looks of it. But where are our owners cowering? Where are they hiding right now? Rivals only on the pitch. Absolutely, Joe. Look, 1,200 subscribers to go, folks. We can keep this going. I don't want your money. I don't want your super chats. I keep telling you. Hit the subscribe button. Give me your comments. Drop a like on the video. This is the night where we will look back on as one of the most historic nights in the past 30, 40 years of football. This could be the catalyst for football being brought back to the fans, right from the grassroots level, the whole way up. This could be the wake-up call FIFA, UEFA, the Premier League, the English FA and all the football associations need to understand that more needs to be done, that there can't be this gap, that the whole thing about football is that everybody's supposed to have a sporting chance. There's already, and we've been guilty of this, and I as a Liverpool fan have been guilty of this, of thinking, yeah, we're up here at the top table, we're in the Premier League, we're playing Champions League football, we've got the best manager in the world, albeit City fans will have their arguments about that, and that's cool, that's fun, that's what we're here to do. But we've turned a blind eye. We've seen Bury go under, and we've looked over our shoulder and we've thought, well, that's sad. We've seen Wigan go down, we've seen Portsmouth go down, we've seen Bolton fall apart, we've seen Rangers fall apart, and we've all sat here and we've looked like it's a war that's happening, but it's not happening in our town, in our city. This, I think, hopefully, will be the catalyst that we wake up and realise that we need to close that wealth gap. We need to close the divide in the sport, and we need to make it more competitive again. And if that takes Liverpool less league titles because other clubs are more clever in the way they go about stuff, then so be it. I want the sport to survive and be here long after I'm gone and long after you're gone. This was an attempted coup this was an attempted coup on the greatest sport in the world, and we defended it. Love you all from a United fan. Love you too, mate. Thank you. Bradley Frickers, I still can't believe that scumbag earlier on said so fake, or fake as fuck, as if this doesn't mean everything to me. How can people be that low? Honestly, cowards. Can't wait for your Ric Flair woo. I've given one earlier on, Bradley, you missed it. Connor helped us, you and Connor helped us more than you'll know, so on behalf of everyone, nothing to thank me for, mate. As I said, we're doing this together. 1,200 left to go, said Irish Gamer. Yes, 1,200 subscribers to go, folks. But look, more news will keep coming in. I've got no doubt that there will be news from Liverpool Football Club, either via journalists or via the club themselves tonight. So keep going and keep coming in and keep giving us your comments. Jake said, football saved. Thankfully, mate, yes. Ignore the trollers, Craig. I try to, mate, but I've always said to you, emotionally, I'm not built for this industry. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a big softie. And I probably shouldn't be doing this. I probably shouldn't be in this industry because I'm too soft for it. I take things to heart. So, yeah, it does hurt me when people call me fake. And it does hurt me when people say I shouldn't be supporting Liverpool Football Club, or I don't speak for Liverpool. I've never said I speak for Liverpool fans. I speak for me. I've only ever claimed to speak for me and the community of people that are with our channel. And that's all I'll ever do. But I hope that this has taught people that above all else, I love the sport. Because I really, really do. And I know you guys do as well. Check McGregor's latest tweet, right? What's Mr. McGregor got to say on this? Where is he? What's Mr. McGregor had to say? Hey guys, I'm thinking about buying Manchester United. What do you think? There you go. Thank you, Declan Rogers, as well. I've got some messages on my phone from people. Conor McGregor tweeted that he should buy Man United. Yeah, maybe he should. I'm sure at least he'd give a shit about it. Not like the Glazers. Get this legend to 100k. Thank you, Sean. 1,100 subscribers away. We might just do this, you know. You're a strong guy, Craig. Thank you, mate. I've had to be. I've said to you guys before, and I'm not lying, the boxes are over there. I've had to install security cameras in my house. I've received threats from ex-military people. My address has been leaked. My phone number's been leaked. Been sent pictures of my front door. And I won't go away. And I'll never go away. Because I'm doing this because I love the sport. Same reason I started the channel. People say I'm making money off the back of the club. I've never taken away from this channel. Never. I've said that repeatedly from day one. People are under so much misconception about this shit. Love your content, Craig, from a United fan. Have a point on me. And mate, I'm telling you, I fucking will this time. I will take that and have a pint, mate. Thank you. It'll be a pint of Diet Coke, but finally Woodward has left United. Hopefully we can get our clubs back. 99,000, folks. Damn right now I'm pissed after that Leeds result. Yeah, I know, Philip, but you know what, mate? Isn't it a small sacrifice to make? Is Klopp leaving Liverpool? No, not a chance. Klopp nailed his colours to the mast. Klopp stood with the fans last night and he made his feelings known about this. He let his feelings be known about this in 2019 when he said he wants no part in the Super League. Imagine getting 100k in the Super League collapsing on the same day. Mate, it would feel like a win, not for me and Connor, but for everybody involved with our channel. And I mean the subscribers, the members, everybody. This feels like the day we should hit 100k. Yesterday it felt empty and the day before it felt empty. We got 6,500 subscribers in one day and 180,000 views on a stream. And I sat there that night and cried. I cried, not because I was happy. I was empty and I was hollow. And I felt like the sport I've been part of my entire life being whipped away from me. And I didn't want to celebrate it. And I didn't want the plaque. And I didn't want nothing to do with it. And I nearly quit the other night. I nearly said to my wife, I can't do this anymore. I cannot put myself through this anymore for the game I love being ripped away. Finally today, we've come out the other side of it. I'm so proud of all of you. I really am. 900 to go. Who's Connor? Loads of people keep asking that. He's the other half of the channel, mate. He's the guy that does all the back end stuff, does all the technical stuff, does the graphics, does all the programming, does all the dirty work that allows me to come on here and be both credited and abused at the same time. So can you not just tell us what it is, Avnesh, rather than me having to go look, mate? Sorry. So again, 900 to go. Let's do this, folks. Don't want your money. Hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and I'm going to keep bringing you the news as it keeps filtering in. Thank you, mate. Love you too. Woodward has resigned. Yes, so for those coming in late, this is what we know. Chelsea have pulled out of the Super League. Manchester City have pulled out of the Super League. Manchester United, Ed Woodward has resigned. Agnelli, the chairman of Juventus, resigned. Barcelona have said they won't join the Super League unless the socios, which is their paying members, support it, which they won't. That's dead in the water. Atletico Madrid have gone. And yet we're still sitting around waiting for the cowards in Boston to speak up. FSG want to sell Liverpool. Good, sell it. Sell it and never come back near the place. Gar said, join the 37k. Now, not at 100k, mate. Not yet. We're at 99,200. But we're getting there. And I don't feel like I've earned much in my life. But for that young man, as I said earlier on, this will be special. What an emotional roller coaster the last few days, said Connor. Wish you nothing but the best with your channel, mate. Football is back. Thank you. You sexy motherfucker, Craig. Win, win, win. Thank you, mate. I mean, I hope my wife read that last one. The sexy part, you know what I mean? Because she getting it tonight. I don't care. One way or the other. She getting it. It'd be a quick getting it, but she getting it. I hope my kids weren't listening to that, but mammy getting it. Sorry. 800 left. There you go. WFM. And if you don't know what WFM means, ladies and gentlemen, WFM is our channel's community and has been for the past few years. It's we're fucking massive. And it's not me, it's not Connor, it's our movement, it's our voice, it's our fans, it's our community. Together we can make a difference, like I've said before. I'm so happy. I'm so happy and I'm so proud. I'm just reading your comments as they're going up the screen now, and yeah, it's an emotional evening. Joined at 13k. I remember watching Brighton game 3 years ago. Legend Craig, so proud of what you've done. Thank you. We're so close. There's 4,500 people in the live chat right now, and thank you for being with us on this momentous night. Wolves fan, you're a legend. Thank you, Elliot. Much love to you as well, and to all the football fans around the world that have come together to get rid of this shambles. We stood up. Fan channels that don't like each other come together. And there are people that don't like each other that have been working together behind the scenes. Trust me. I know. I've been part of it. But we all put it aside for the greater good because we want our sport saved. Because anyone that starts a channel, whether I like them or you like them or not, we all started with good intentions. We started because of our love of the sport. Nobody goes into this to make money. I'm at this now 5 years, 3 years on YouTube, 5 years making content. And making money was never. 5 years. And we're only getting to a point now where maybe we can go full time. That's not something somebody does for greed. Anyone that starts a fan channel, when Mark started the United Stand, when Robbie started AFTV, whoever it might be, when True Geordie had his rant about Nile Ranger and Newcastle, it's because they cared. It's because they cared about their club and they cared about what was happening in front of them and they wanted to connect with other fans. Maybe they felt disenfranchised, maybe they felt like they couldn't get to as many people as possible, but they fucking cared. So whether I like AFTV or not, and it isn't my cup of tea, I've said that many times. He's built a platform there that's given Arsenal fans a voice, whether we like it or not, whether you like what they say or not. And yes, he's created a business out of it, but he's created a business out of it because of hard work and becoming clever and reading an industry. And Mark has gotten to 1 million subscribers on the United Stand, along with KG and Flex and Drawdy, because they've pioneered it. They've gone through the shit and they've pioneered the industry and they paved the way for people like me. True Geordie is out there making his content, made himself a few bob, so fair play to him. Fair fucking play to him. They all start off because they love the sport and they want to speak up because they've got something inside them that they want to get out and they want the world to know. And they speak up for the sport and they speak because they love it. And the fact that they've been successful should never be held against them. They've been successful because maybe they've been able to articulate it better than other people, but that doesn't make any difference. I know fan channels out there with 1,000 subscribers, with 15,000 subscribers, and every single one of us recognise these people for what they are, which is people that love the sport and have got into it for the right reasons. Down with the Super League, said Chris. Cheers, mate. The past couple of days have been awful. I'm happy the nightmare's about to end. That makes me smile, mate. It's about to end. Someone said read my donation. I'm sure I did, mate, but I'll try it again. Love your content, Craig from Impractical Gamers. Thank you. From a United fan of a point on me. I'm sure I read that one. I'll go through all these to make sure I've read all the super chats. Respect you, mate. Only came across your channel the last few months. Great videos from an Evertonian. Thank you so much, pal. You think if this falls through, the teams that have decided to take part in the ESL should shuffle? I think I've gone through that one. Yes, I have no problem with any of the clubs that have been through it being punished, and I include my own club in that. Although the punishment should be, in my opinion, and it is just my opinion, a financial one to the owners. Because should the fans and the players and the staff and the managers suffer? Probably not my place to say. But, you know, whatever comes our way, I'll take it. If we miss out Champions League football, I'll take it. If we get deducted points, I'll take it. Because we still have a football club to work back towards. 4,300 people in the chat now, 700 to go, folks. Remember Viper Sport. I do remember it, gamer, yes. Aaron, how are you, mate? Thank you for the super sticker. Looking good in the picture, mate. Well done. Been here since the Barca comeback. Footy is back, said yes, fella. Yeah. Little did I know, mate, that night on, I think 14,000 subscribers, and the greatest night of my football life, by the way, to see that comeback against Barcelona. Little did I know that 2 years later, I'd be sitting here pondering whether the sport's going to exist as we know it, or whether it's going to be taken away from us. Now we know that it's not taken away from us. We know that we can have a voice, we can stand up for our sport. Love from a United fan, thank you, mate. To all of you, just subscribe, thank you, mate. I don't want your money, I don't want your super chats. I've been saying that to you for days now. All I want is you guys to put your opinion in, have your say, let me know what club you're from, let me know what part of the world you're in, and let me know that you're against this Super League nonsense. That's all I want. And hit that subscribe button. That does matter. That's a big one to me. I won't lie. I'm so happy as a Leicester City fan. Ben, can you imagine this scenario? And Leicester didn't get that moment where they won the Premier League. And Leicester didn't get to the cup final wouldn't matter. The cup final that you guys have earned your place in. Or the Champions League that you will earn the right to be in next season, mate. Imagine having all that taken away from you. And your club, one of the best run clubs with the best owners out there that care about their fans, that respect the memory of your late chairman, may he rest in peace, that do things in the right way. You deserve everything that comes your way as a Leicester fan, mate, because your club has a soul and morals. You don't know how highly you're regarded and your owners are regarded throughout the sport. And if you do know now, I hope you know that, like, we look at Leicester and we envy those owners and we envy the way they're going about doing things, because they're proper people. United fan sub, thank you, mate. 600 to go. Who will buy Liverpool? Therein lies a very important question. My opinion is that you're a sexy motherfucker. Will you never walk alone? Thank you, Moddy. Tariq, thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Much love to you. TJM, thank you very much as well, mate. Who will buy Liverpool Football Club? I don't know. And there is a scary future. If FSG do decide to kick their can down the road and move, good. But who they sell it to, I don't think that they're going to be able to sell it to some shysters or to some venture capitalist vulture fund. I think that the Premier League and the government will finally now start to take notice when a big club, a Premier League club, gets sold. We'd seen in the summer the Newcastle takeover stopped for whatever reason. Some believe it was political, some believe it wasn't. I don't know. I'm not that close to it to know. But United looking down like they might sell their club. Good, sell it. You're not wanted. The fans don't want you. English football doesn't want you. FSG, fuck you. Sell the club. But sell it to the right people. Do one last decent thing before you fuck off to insignificance. Because there's no way back for you with our fan base that I'm aware of. I certainly won't be ever giving you the benefit of the doubt again. You've done everything to try and stop our channel. You've reached out to football fans when we went to meet them. You've said that you didn't want that to do with us. At least this is what I've been told by these fan groups. And I can back everything I'm saying up with screenshots. Trust me. I don't talk out my arse. But I came on night after night, day after day, week after week, when the established little elite clique, when the Echo and any other fucking publication was never giving us credit for anything, when we didn't get mentioned anywhere, when we got looked over at the Football Content Awards, when, let's be honest, we should have danced our way to Best Newcomer, but we were fucking looked over there yet again. Every time we have taken a step forward, somebody has tried to kick this channel back down. And we have stared them in the face, and we have kept our heads down, and we've fucking worked our asses off. And we've done it because we care. We've done it because we care about the sport, and we care about the people behind the sport. Do you know anyone who is for the Super League? There's been one or two people that I've seen, yeah. One or two. But not that I know. As in, I've seen people comment stuff, but I don't know these people. I don't know if they're on a wind-up. There was a poll taken, I believe, yesterday that I seen on Sky Sports that I think only 14% of people that were voted were for it, and even I was shocked at that 14%. Again, folks, less than 600 subscribers to go to the biggest moment of Connor's life, definitely, but of my life outside of marriage and kids. That 100k, you've no idea what it'll mean. FSG out, said Benedict. What happened? The Super League's collapsed, mate. It's gone. Chelsea have pulled out. City have pulled out. Again, I know I keep reading this out, but I'm so proud of him for having the balls to do it. I want to read out 2 tweets from Peter Moore, the former Liverpool chief executive, a lifelong fan of the football club, somebody that helped guide us back to success. He kept put out a couple of tweets that I just want to read out again. I keep reading this because it means a lot, honestly. When we had nothing, we had footy. We had St. John, Hunt and Callaghan. Shankly came and gave us our pride back and put hope in our hearts. We lived for 3 p.m. on Saturday. The boys' pen, the paddock, the unbridled euphoric mayhem that was the Cop. Look after your car for sixpence. The sense of optimism in an otherwise hard grafting life. Affinity to the only thing that for many gave them self-worth. The highs and lows of winning and losing. Now at the end of this storm, what? Hashtag you'll never walk alone. Proper fan. Proper football fan. Didn't forget his roots. May have made it to the top of his industry. Fair play to him. Worked his ass off to get there. I wish him all the best with the rest of his life. And any minor disagreements I may have had behind with Peter Moore, thank you. Thank you for standing up for your football club, mate. Thank you. And to United fans out there, I'm so happy for you guys tonight as well. that absolute shit show Ed Woodward has been binned off. The link between JP Morgan, the crowd that were financing this fiasco, the crowd that were putting up 4.6 billion. So vote with your wallets. If you have money with JP Morgan, feel free to take it out and put it elsewhere, because they tried to kill our sport. They tried to bankroll our sport and kill it twice. They basically killed Manchester United to some extent by allowing a leverage buyout of the club and financing the Glazers and those crippling interest repayments that United fans have had to put up with, and dividends as well. They tried to bankroll this Super League nonsense as well, and that's been taken away from them. So vote with your wallets. It's the only thing that these corrupt bastards understand. Love from a Nepalese Liverpool fan. Thank you, mate, and lots of love to you all the way over in Nepal, mate. Again, keep letting me know where you're watching from, folks. I thought everything Leicester had achieved over the last few years was just going to be for nothing, and so glad we can continue to make history. Here, mate, and I wish you the best of history. I wish you the best moving forward. As I said, Florentino should be in jail, absolutely. Perez should be hanging his head in shame, and he should be marched out of Madrid. He's almost bankrupted their club. He's left them in a perilous financial position, and he thought that this was going to be their get out of jail free card for years of financial mismanagement. Barcelona about €1 billion in debt. They all thought that they could just take their big pie and run with it, and that everybody else was going to just say, oh well. And our owners referred to us as fucking legacy fans. Legacy fans. That term doesn't even mean anything to us. We're not legacy fans. We're the heart and soul of the sport. Whether you're from Liverpool, whether you were raised there, whether you're from Manchester, or whether you're from fucking Timbuktu. When the bug catches you, when you fall in love with the sport and the club, that's it. You're hooked for life. And these people tried to leverage that love. They tried to leverage it. It's long been known that football clubs are one of the few businesses that you can basically treat fans like crap and they'll keep coming back. Well, finally, it's getting to a point where fans are saying, no, enough is enough. We can't be trodden on anymore. We can't have our wallets taken out from us anymore. We can't have our heritage ripped away. We can't have history taken away from us. We can't have everything that those that sacrificed and came before us just wiped out because a few people want a few billion more, because being multi-billionaires isn't enough for them. And finally, Europe came together. Football fans came together and told these vultures to piss off. So proud of you all. So proud. Again, just looking at Sky, Chelsea leaving the proposed Super League. Any more news I get in, and we're anxiously awaiting word from Liverpool. We're anxiously awaiting to see if our club's owners come out and say anything. What have we got? We aren't legacy fans, we are Liverpool. Exactly, mate. And as I've always said when we started this channel, I've never given a shit if you're from Liverpool, or you're from Auckland, or you're from Hong Kong, or you're from Bali, wherever the fuck you're from. You're always welcome in here. As long as you've got a good heart, a good conscience, and want to support the club, you're welcome in here and you're welcome with us. And I've always extended that olive branch to any people that love the sport. We've always welcomed opposition fans into our channel, and we always will, even more so now than ever, when we've all come together and shown our colours. Being here since 50k, so proud, 100k well earned. We're not there yet, buddy, and I take nothing for granted. So please do keep sharing the stream, folks. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video. Do you not think we should see some of the biggest players going if the wages aren't there? But who's to say the wages aren't there, Aaron? I mean, the Premier League is the richest league in the world, mate. The money's here. The money's in the sport. The money's in England. It's just a matter about making sure that that money is distributed a little bit more fairly. Maybe take a slice of the pie away from the agents who are taking a big chunk out of the game. There's so many ways that, yes, footballers will need to be compensated highly, because it is an entertainment industry. But this has never been about us having a go at the footballers. This has never been about us having a pop at the managers. This has been about those that make the decisions that impact those underneath them. And our owners didn't even have the courage to let the fucking staff know. They rolled Jurgen Klopp out there in front of the Sky cameras and James Milner, and didn't even let them know till yesterday morning that this was happening. What type of a lowlife does it take to run a business and not keep your employees informed of decisions that could change their future? I can't contemplate running a business like that. I've thankfully never known somebody who I've worked with or for that's run a business like that. Your staff and your supporters or your customers are your lifeblood. And these people didn't even have the decency to tell a man that has brought a first league title in 30 years to Liverpool Football Club what was going on. They stuck a knife in our back and smiled as they did it, and thought they could sail off with their yachts into the sunset. Well, no, it ain't going to happen, as has been proven. FSG looking to sell. Good, sell it. Sell it and sell it quickly. And sell it for as little as possible, you absolute greedy corporate pigs. There's no way back for them. No way back. You should get your family in Connor for the moment you hit 100k. Huge milestone. Well, Connor lives an hour and a half drive away from me, mate. 400 to go. Can we do it tonight? Can we hit that 100k? A minute silence for the... No, they don't even deserve a minute silence, Dave. That shit show of a league deserves no recognition, let alone silence. Love from Exeter, thank you. I love knowing where you're watching, so please do let me know where you're in from. And yes, a lot of people mentioned the 50+1. There is some talk and maybe some hope that the government could step in and implement this. Now, I don't know how they'd figure it out. I've floated a rough, nonsensical idea probably from a bald Irish idiot who doesn't know finance or doesn't know governmental rules. But let's just use it as an example that they wanted to implement the 50+1 rule. What could they do? Well, I'm guessing, let's look at the clubs and work your way down. To own half of every club in the Premier League. Let's say £25 billion. Let's just throw that as a working number. Probably off by a few million there, but whatever. That's not a lot of money to governments. That's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. So, let's say the UK government. Let's say Boris Johnson right now, and he's in power, so let's just use him as an example. Let's say he says, right, well, we're going to put a compulsory purchase order on these clubs because they're of historical significance and they need to be fan owned, and the government are going to lend the clubs 51% of the value of the clubs, which would be valued by an independent person. That's just as an example. And they loaned it to the clubs, and the clubs have to pay that back, and when that debt's repaid, maybe with a small percent of interest for the taxpayer or whatever, I don't know, then it goes to the fans, and the fans run the 51%. I don't know if that's the case or that's what's going to happen, but at least we know that this bullshit Super League is dead in the water. Welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. John Conway is the newest member to the family. If you want to become a member, folks, you can hit that join button. You do get the Anfield Agenda logo. You get all the emojis and stuff we've designed. You get into our Discord group, which is for members only as well. Love from Claire, thank you. And everybody else. Love from Dublin, my home county, mate. Lots of love right back to you. Nepal's in the house. Proud of you, Craig, mate. You've nothing to thank me or be proud of me for. I'm like just like any other person. I'm like every one of you out there that have tuned in because they've worried about the death of our sport. Leash is in the house. I used to live in Leash at one point, mate. Lovely to see you. Love from Donegal. Madrid and Barca need money. Yes. Arsenal and Tottenham need a guaranteed success. Yes, Daniel Levy and Spurs with that massive debt over their head for that new stadium. Sacking Mourinho the week before a cup final. And the club haven't won a cup in how long? And they sack off Mourinho. That stinks. Like, whatever you think of him, give the man the cup final. Give him a chance. He's one of the best one-off man managers of a game you'll ever see. And I don't like Mourinho really, but I will absolutely admit that he's a modern great manager. And he could have brought Spurs a cup, but they threw him under the bus. Sacked him off. It's a shambles, mate. Levy out, said Adam. Absolutely. Every owner and every chairman that's been responsible for this fiasco should be hounded out of their clubs. It's an absolute joke. We're closing in now, folks. Less than 400 to go. 300 and something subscribers. Take 1 second. Share the stream. Hit that subscribe button. I don't want your super chats and I don't want your money. I've said it time and time again. I do want you to hit that subscribe button and I want you to have your say. Love from Australia, said Clancy. Thank you, mate. Great to see you back in. Are we out? The league's collapsed, mate. It's, as I said, I'm reading here now. FSG have said nothing, but Chelsea and Manchester City have pulled out. Barca are dropping out. Atleti have dropped out. Juventus chairman's resigned. The football fans have had their say. Governments have had their say. The rest of the football community, the other clubs, have had their say. And now we need to use this as a tool for change, and we need to start restructuring the sport to make it about the fans, the grassroots levels, and making sure that we don't suffer another Bury that goes under, or another Bolton, or another club that suffers financial peril. Okay, some clubs will be mismanaged, But we need to try and put in as many safeguards to stop that from happening as possible. And if that's a way of restructuring the money and that's a way the clubs have to have a bit less, so be it. I'm willing to see Liverpool suffer a bit more if it means for the greater good of the game, because I love the sport. We got our football back, now let's get our club back. Exactly. And this is, as Jamie Carragher said last night, he said it so well himself. I thought himself and Gary Neville spoke so passionately and so honestly about it. Whatever we think about their past acts or their rivalries, last night they spoke as football men, both of them. And they spoke about the sport. And Jamie Carragher said very quickly, if Liverpool owners try and make this about Jurgen Klopp and the fans versus the owners, they'll be marched out very quickly. And no truer as that being said, Jurgen Klopp is a god to us. Jurgen Klopp brought us a European Cup. Jurgen Klopp attracted us the best players. Jurgen Klopp gave us moments we could never have dreamed of. Don't ever try and put a wedge between the manager of our football club and the players and the staff and the fans. And it's the same at Manchester United. Don't dare try and drag a wedge between those supporters and that manager, because they're of a similar mindset. They just don't get it, do they? They just don't get it. Yesterday there were tears of despair and sadness. Today there are tears of happiness. Yeah, I shed a couple of tears earlier on actually, and they came out of nowhere, but they were relief, because the past 48 hours, my God, I thought it was gone to the ruins, folks. I really did. 300 subscribers away. Are we actually going to do this tonight? Today football's been saved. Please do keep hitting that subscribe button. Money hanger on board, Craig. Monkey hanger? I don't know what that means, mate. Sorry, no idea what that means. And if I've read out something there that I shouldn't have, I'm sorry. I've genuinely got no idea. Connor said we're about 189 away. He's messaging me live here. What have we got? Thank you, Anfield Agenda. Hats off to you guys. Liverpool fans since I can remember. Australian now living in Armenia. With all the heartbreak over the past 48 hours. Well, mate, I hope that you're well and you're safe. And I hope your family and loved ones are safe. And thank you for coming in, mate. And Gregory and sharing your story with us, mate. Good evening, Craig. FSG out. Just rewound my membership. Thank you, John. Great to see you renewing your membership, buddy. Always love to see you in the chat, mate. Lots of love to you. Oh, Monkey Hanger's a Hartlepool fan. Sorry, I didn't know what I was reading there, mate. But thank you again. I get caught out a lot of times on here. People catch me to say stuff I shouldn't be saying, and I read it so quickly that I haven't copped it. What's taken so long for LFC to make a decision? I know. I am waiting with bated breath, and I'm going to stay on here because I have a feeling we're going to hear something tonight. $300 subs to go. I know it's less than that at this point. I'm frantically refreshing as well. I can't believe we're going to do this today of all days. There's actually 146 to go. This thing's playing catch up. Craig for Taoiseach. Do you know what, mate? I'm genuinely, Ethan, I'm not even messing. I've genuinely thought about running for political office someday. Because I want to represent the people and I want things to be done in the right way. But, that's a whole other day's conversation, pal. Fantastic. Says 300 RN. Says 300 here as well, but we have YouTube Studio, which is a more up-to-date thing. But again, doesn't matter. This is about big picture stuff, and again, I would take all this to have my football club back, and it looks like we're getting our football clubs back. Love from Estonia. Thank you. Love right back to you. Have your say, folks. Let me know what you thought about this Super League. Let me know what club you support as well. I'd vote for you, said Adam. Grant, I'll stick you down as one, mate, and possibly one more in Connor as well. I'm so happy. Again, I apologise for the show of emotion earlier on. Somebody called me out and said it was fake. Trust me, anything I do is never fake. I don't do fake. I couldn't do fake. But I do apologise for showing emotion at a time where I should have been more composed. But it means a lot, as you know. I'm trying to go through these comments. They're moving in quickly. I think, Jesus, so many. Fuck, I'm trying to keep up. Sorry for the language. Love your content, Craig, from a United fan. Have a point on me, mate. Thank you. That was from earlier on. It just flashed back up on the screen. I'm trying to make sure I've seen this. Do you think if this falls through, the teams that have decided should suffer? I think I've read that one. I'm just trying to go through all these super chats to make sure that I haven't missed any, because I hate people feeling like they haven't had the comments read out. Love from Estonia. Thank you. Your honesty, such a legend. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. But I'm not. I'm a normal dude. Like I've said time and time again, I have no special talent. I have no airs and graces. Whatever happens to me, I'll always be the same chav, bald, hoodie wearing, big mouthed Irish fella with a big heart. FSG out, absolutely. I support Wigan, mate. I fell for you guys from that FA Cup victory to where you are now, mate. I didn't like to see it happen. No, I didn't like to see it happen with Bolton. I didn't like to see Berry go to the wall. What a day. What an emotional day this has been. Love from Greece, thank you. Again, if there's anything else coming in, I will be keeping you up to date with what's going on. What do we know is we know that Jordan Henderson has looked to get a meeting with the other Premier League captains to talk about this. We know that a town hall today that was supposed to take place between Billy Hogan, the Liverpool chief executive, and Liverpool's staff was cancelled because they bottled that as well. Craig, FSG ruined half of my birthday because of this Super League, but fans have saved football and congrats on 100k. We're not there yet, mate. I still don't count my chickens. You deserve it and been with you a long time. Big up to you and Ireland. Thank you, mate. Lots of love. Croatia's in the house with Joseph. Thank you, buddy. Love you and thank you for your kind words. Fix the 6. I like that phrase, mate. Yes, well played. I'm kind of annoyed that we drew 1-1. I get you, man. And look, we don't know what may have happened last night had Jurgen Klopp and those players not been thrown into such a chaotic situation. But I said it last night during the game. I'm proud of them because they went out and acted like professionals. Okay, we didn't get the result we wanted. Who knows what might have happened. But they went out there and they played for the badge on their chest and they represented us fans. They did it honestly. They tried their best under very difficult circumstances. So we can be proud of our manager and our players. And if we don't earn our right in the Champions League on sporting merit this season, then so be it. Congratulations to those that do. But I tell you what, I will take that every day of the week over my club being in some bastardised version of a European Super League that nobody cares about. So whoever gets those Champions League places, congratulations to them. We'll carry on. We'll be here, thankfully, to live and fight another day as a football club. And that's more important. The bigger picture, what's coming down the line, is more important. Alan Butler, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, mate. Thank you. Yeah, again, Football Joe just reporting that Ed Woodward's gone. I'm just sorry, some other stuff. A couple of journalists. I'm just replying to it. Sorry, phone's busy as you can expect. What have you got? Love from Arizona. Thank you, Chris. Love from Man United fan. Football has been saved. Have a beer on me. Cheers, mate, and look after yourself. You fantastic energy. Thank you, mate. But I tell you what, I don't know if I'll have much energy from tonight. Love from Drogheda. Football is back, said Lins. Thank you, mate. I'm so proud of you all. I'm so proud of you, no matter who the hell you support. Whether you're a Plymouth fan, a Liverpool fan, a fan from America, Australia, wherever the hell you're from. Thank you for saving our sport, and thank you for letting it known that money cannot take over everything. There's still a lot of work to be done. We still need to close the gap between the haves and have-nots. We still need to make sure that football lives for another day and that there is more of a trickle-down system that looks after the clubs. Because this pandemic, whatever you think about some clubs who've been financially mismanaged, this global pandemic has seen football clubs at the lower level be absolutely ravaged, having no choice but to furlough staff. And by that I mean no choice, not like our lot, who furloughed the staff to save a few quid when we could have afforded it. I mean proper football clubs that had no choice, but the fans kept coming in, people volunteered, they kept the clubs ticking over and alive. We need to sort out this, because this needs to be a moment of reckoning for our sport, and we'll look back at this and we will know that we were on the right side of history, and we can be proud of ourselves, and we can look at our kids and know that we helped them a little bit. And to Florentino Perez, who had the absolute gall to come out and say that people under 24 have no interest in football, and people under 24 don't want to see 90-minute games, and they don't have the attention spans. How idiotic a comment is that? Because as I've said before, the other half of this channel falls in that category, under the age of 24. Some of the best YouTubers I know that talk about football are under the age of 24. Some of the best fans I know, people who have stood up, put their careers on the line for their beliefs, have stood up for inequality, have stood up for their mates have been under the age of 24. The next generation are going to change the fucking world. And for that clown in Madrid not to show respect and see the power and the cleverness and the ingenuity of the next generation, those under the age of 24, well, you won't be around much longer, Perez, because this generation won't stop, mate. They're relentless. It's why I love this platform so much. I never thought it'd be on YouTube, but fuck me, I love it. And I love the younger audience to come on here and share their views. And I love the passion. And I love my daughter and her school friends who fight for what they believe in and stand up, speak up for what's right. We can all learn a lot from kids. We've always said it. We can learn from kids. But we can be proud of this damn generation because they don't back down from anybody. Anybody. Someone just says Twitter, up Anfield agenda. Our players are tweeting, look at it. Again, Connor will send it all to me. Right, what have we got? Jordan Henderson said, we don't like it, we don't want it to happen. This is our collective position. Our commitment to this football club and its supporters is absolute and unconditional. My fucking captain. My captain. Captain Jordan Brian fucking Henderson. The man that I've long been defended to some over the years. The man who I knew was the right leader after Steven Gerrard. That man has fought back from being on the verge of being swapped for Clint Dempsey at Fulham to lift the European Cup and the Premier League with Liverpool Football Club. Jordan Henderson, you are a leader, sir. You are a man. You are a king amongst men. And thank you for standing up for our football club. And thank you for doing what's right. And to Bruno Fernandes and to Luke Shaw and to those other players and managers and Pep Guardiola that stood up for the sport today. Whatever we think, you call them checkbook. We all have our own slag. We've all said stuff. But this is different. Today, Guardiola, and I told you earlier on, a lot of that press release was embargoed. It'll come out after 10:30 tonight. He tore into it. Tore into the idea of the Super League. We know what Klopp thinks. He had the wool pulled over his eyes by the owners as well. So these are real footballing men and women around the world, whatever we think. They've all stood up, and today our captain, Jordan Henderson's put out that as well with the players. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. 100 left to go. 100 subscribers left to go. Fuck me. I want to take this moment in. I'm sorry. I want to take it in. Aston Villa fan and Celtic fan. Respect. Sorry. I just want to take this in. Because, you know, I haven't had many wins. So I can't believe we did it. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry, but thank you. So proud of all of you. Every single person that's commented, that stood with us, that's held me up when I've been down, that told us not to quit. Thank you. And thanks for saving our club and our sport. I never, ever, ever thought our little community would grow to 100k. Never. Thank you. I can't even, my phone's lighting up. I don't even know what to say. Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody. But there's still work to be done. We still need to run these owners out. Congrats, mate, from a Southampton foul. Well deserved. Thank you. That from a top bloke that comes from hardship. Yeah, I've been through a bit, mate. Yeah, I have, as regular viewers know. But it ain't an excuse. It's just a roadblock. And you can't let these things define you. You got to just keep moving forward. Just jumped out of my skin when you screamed there, pal. Coffee all over the gaff. Thank you for making me smile, Jack. And send me the dry cleaning bill, mate. And I'll pass it on to Connor. And he'll pay for it because he's rich. Joanne, thank you so much for the super sticker. You're very kind. Special shout out to Connor, absolutely. Without Mr. Crosby, none of this happens, you know that. Congrats on 100k, thank you. But again, I still want to hear from our cowardly owners. Get Newlon on. Yeah, Newlon deserves 100k buggy, doesn't he? FSGO. See, this is, you know, I'm taking a moment to celebrate this and thank you, but it's not over yet. There's still work for all of us to do. We need to let this be known that it's not going to happen. And as I said earlier on, we need to make sure that we safeguard the sport for the next generations. Now, this is all Connor's fault. Yes, finally we can blame Connor in the right way. It's an in-joke that people... there's so many super chats that I've probably missed, and I'm sincerely sorry. I'm going to go through as many as I can. Thank you, Alan O'Brien, for the gold super sticker. I'm going to go through all these. Congrats on 100k. Thank you, Joe Grimes. Joanne, thank you for your super sticker, as always. I've done that one. David Vickers, thank you. Alan Butler, thank you. Rob's Army FC, thank you, mate. Tom Hutch, thank you. Far Isle Dave, thank you. Fuck. Brendan O'Brien, thank you. Everybody, all I can say is thank you. I don't know what we deserve to get to 100k. I don't know what we do special or what we do that get people across. But as I've always said, I don't know why people watch, but I appreciate the shit out of you. And I appreciate that you do. And thank you. No matter what else happens now, this is the first thing I've actually achieved in my life, outside of my wife and kids, with a young man that deserves all the credit, really, as I said, in Connor. So, yeah, love you, buddy, if you're watching. What else we got? Congrats, Craig. Now give us a Ric Flair. I did. I've already had some poor fucker throw his coffee all over the gaff. Again, Perez must be put behind. I know I've taken my moment to celebrate there and I'm happy, but there's still a lot of work to be done for us as football fans, and we need to get these fuckers out of our sport. Bernadette, thank you so much for your super sticker. You're special to us, man. You make me feel it. You do. Yeah, you do make me feel special, mate. You make me feel not special, accepted. That's the word. Been here since 15k. Love you, lad. I can still tell you who our first comment was on the channel. Tom, over in America. I remember that. Man. But again, this is more than about us tonight. Thank you, and we'll celebrate this. But tattoo time, Bart Liam, yeah. And I will get it done as promised, mate. And we will do our giveaway as promised. BBC has just said that Perez will resign because the pressure is too big. It is beautiful. Today is just one W after another. Perez gonna be gone. Glazer gone, or fucking Woodward gonna be gone. Agnelli from Juventus gone. All these people that stabbed their sport in the back, a sport that they were at the very top seat of. They stabbed the sport in the back and looked at us in the face and smiled while they were doing it. Well, payback is a bitch. Karma is a bitch. And now we're still waiting to hear from the cowards in Boston. This you can read. Congrats with your 100k first. Thank you, Jensk. Really appreciate that, mate. And to everyone, if I've missed that, and I sincerely apologise. Jake Paul is our next hurdle. I have my own thoughts on that Jake Paul stuff that I spoke about before, but that's for another day. Again, Neil Lennon's on Sky there now. And to everyone that's putting kind words into the chat, thank you. People are saying FSG have left. I'm yet to see proof of that, but my wife's even messaging me saying congrats, love you. What have we got? Kersey says game over. Yeah, game over for these fucking con artists that are trying to steal our sport out from under us. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stay on because I want to hear from Liverpool. So let's take you through a Sky article here. Ed Woodward will continue at Manchester United until the end of 2021. I don't know if that means the end of the year, the end of the season. He had already agreed with the Glazers owners that he would leave Old Trafford, but the announcement has been brought forward. So basically, that was in the works already. Chelsea and Manchester City are set to leave the Super League. That's coming out of Sky Sports. As I said to you guys a couple of hours ago when I first came on, the dominoes are falling. This is dead in the water. One by one, bit by bit, they're going. And again, I don't want your super chats, but keep hitting that subscribe button and dropping a like on the video, because we have work to do as fans. We need to mobilise and we need to make sure that we keep this movement going and we don't let this be one bit of good news and then let it fall away. We need to keep it in our minds what they tried to do. We need to keep it in our minds that it's our sport, and we need to let any future owners know, or the current owners that are currently here know, that we're not going to stand for it. Thank you Jonas as well, mate. Really appreciate that. FSG announced where? I've seen no announcement from FSG, mate. I'm still waiting. Love you too, for everyone that's putting in the kind words. Thank you. Now you can't quit, said Sawtooth Red. Yeah, I won't, mate. There's work to be done. Craig, you're an honest legend and always will be. Thank you, mate. And I'm going to stop listening to those that speak against me and call me a fraud and all this, because I know who I am. I look in the mirror and know that I can go to bed at night with a clean conscience. Congratulations from a Crystal Palace fan. Football, not soccer. Exactly, mate. There's a game going on as well, which is still 0-0. That, look, let's be honest, nobody, I don't even think Chelsea fans probably care about at the minute. There's bigger things happening tonight. Congrats on the 100k. Time for some Pepsis. Oh, relax there now. There's only one way. There's only one way to celebrate 100k, and I'll be doing that later on. And that is, of course, with the finest of Irish crisps from Kyo's and the nectar of the gods that is Diet Coke. And again, to all of our subscribers, to Boyle Sports, to Manscaped, to One Football, to New Hemp CBD, to everyone that's helped us along the way, thank you. But we're not finished. We're not done. Congratulations, Craig and Connor. Well deserved. You guys were inspirational. You thought 100k wasn't achievable. Mate, we thought 10k wasn't achievable when we started. I still don't know how we got here, how we stumbled our way here. Yeah, I love the Hendo tweet. So for those that haven't seen that earlier on, Jordan Henderson put out a tweet, our captain, that said, "We don't like it, we don't want it to happen. This is our collective position. Our commitment to this football club and its supporters is absolute and unconditional. You'll never walk alone." Legend. All of our players, our manager, United's fans, Chelsea's fans, every footballing fan around the world, Pep Guardiola, everyone that finally stood up, spoke for the sport. There's going to be many multimillionaires in this sport. People at the highest level will always be well paid. But it's time to redress the balance a little bit now and look at this with different glasses on. People with a brain know what you're all about, Craig. One of the best and most honest around. Thank you, mate. Kyo's is the crisps. Kyo's often send me an L box as well. They're a good L Irish company. And I've been lucky enough to be able to get Jack Mate sent over a hamper of Kyo's as well. And I'll get some sent over to Michael, the Irish guy as well, aka, as you know, the Irish guy, Michael Ramsey, who I was chatting with earlier on the channel as well. We're going to have Graham Hunter on to give us a Spanish viewpoint on this at some point. Graham Hunter, esteemed journalist, one of the voices of La Liga, along with Guillaume Balaguer, a friend of mine, somebody who I'll be chatting with later on in the week. Togden messaged me earlier on. Togden's going to be coming on for a chat in the next day or two as well. Mark Goldbridge of the United Stand will be popping in. And I'm sure Mark's celebrating over there now. And to Drody and all the guys at the United Stand, I'm happy for them. I'm happy that their club's finally getting rid of Woodward and JP Morgan money and all those leeches that have taken that an established football club and run it into the ground. I'm just happy for football. I don't care who you support. And I do want to see the balance redressed. I do want to see the financial closed down. Super League. There you go, John. Super League. Aston Villa and Rangers to enter the Super League. Good job, Craig. Thank you. 100k, thanks. Been here since 15k. Thank you, folks. But look, have your say on it. Have your say on what you think of FSG. Have your say on what you'd like to see forward. And look, if you're a fan of a club that isn't one of the 6 that have been in this breakaway league, you know, it is a conversation that needs to be had as well, where we look at how this is dealt with, how these clubs are punished, because I understand people want the club sanctioned. I get it. I understand it. And whatever happens, happens. But what I will say is, and thank you to Shoprooker66 as well for the super sticker. Thank you to Warren Kelly for the super chat. You're a legend. Never give up. Thank you, mate. And to Oscar as well. But remember that it's the owners that need to be punished. The owners. Not the fans, the staff, the manager, the players. None of them should be punished. Because they didn't do anything. They had no part in this. This was capitalist greed. You freaking did it. Congrats, said Liz. Thank you very much. Liz has been one of an OG, as I like to say, on the channel. I won't believe it till it hits 101k. That's the way my brain works, by the way. I won't believe it till we get 101k, because no, my luck, I'll go to bed and wake up and it'll have changed. Congratulations, Craig. Well done on all your hard work. It's us. It's all of us. Don't congratulate me or Connor. Congratulate all of us. We've done it together, and we'll continue to do it together as we move on. Greetings from Portugal. Long live football. Thank you. Thank you, Owen Lowen, as well. Congratulations. They called Rangers and Aston Villa, did they? That wouldn't surprise me. Again, this league seemed like a shambles from day one. You announce a 20-team league when you've only got 12 committed, and you talk about having 15 and then another 5. You don't even have those. The league was never. It was a non-starter. We spoke about it last night, and we just couldn't see how it was actually going to happen. But yet we were still scared. We were still worried. All love from Liverpool. Thank you, Peter. I'm sorry. I'm just keep checking this number just to make sure it doesn't change. Just keep hitting that subscribe button, folks. We're there, but you know me, I'm a fucking warrior. But I want your opinions on what's going on today. Us 100,000 don't. What have you got? 100,000 and more don't think you're a liar. You're a truthful legend. The only person who can tell us otherwise is Jake Paul in the ring. Now relax about the Jake Paul stuff. Brendan said, not a Liverpool fan, but a fan of your honest opinion. Congrats from a United fan. Thank you. Is the Super League cancelled? Yes, it is. It's dead in the water. Perez is getting run out of Madrid. Juventus' chairman is gone. Ed Woodward's gone from United. One by one, this shit show is unravelled. Chelsea and Manchester City have pulled out of it. Bit by bit, this is unravelled. 100k FSG to walk alone, but the club are not the fans. And still, no statement. Nothing official from the club. It took our captain to rally around today to get the players to tweet out, to show where their allegiances lie, with their manager and with the fans, where it should be. Where it should be. Because that's who we love. We love those men and women that put on the shirts for the clubs that we love, that run themselves for the badge. Yes, they get well compensated, but they should do. But they are our representatives on the pitch. They are our representatives. The manager, that's who we love. We support the football club. You can't buy heritage. You can't buy prestige. You can't buy history. But you can certainly fucking try to ruin it. And that's what these cowards did over in Boston, pulling the strings behind the scenes. They got their Champions League. They got their changed Champions League format like they'd pushed for. There's 30% of Champions League money goes to legacy clubs. Did you know that? Steve Parrish said that earlier on Sky Sports, the Crystal Palace chairman. They have pushed and pushed and pushed and wanted a closed shop where a certain level of clubs have all the money and hoover it all up, and they wanted this NBA American system. And I say NBA because that's the word that was touted. That's the playoff system, and that's the system that was touted. Well, it's European sport and it's a different culture, and you've lost and you'll continue to lose. Now sell the club, you absolute bunch of hypocrites. Jamie Mason, thank you for your super sticker, mate. You can't buy history, said somebody else. Dan Levy out. Yes, Levy out. All the chairmen, everybody that's been put their name to that shambles of a Super League needs to just hang their heads and walk. Leave. Sell your club and go. I can't speak for City fans or Chelsea fans, but I feel I can speak for United and Liverpool fans on this because I've a good enough understanding of the ethos of those fans and the clubs. And I know that United fans don't want the Glazers. And now I know that Liverpool fans, whatever way they were beforehand, and I was somebody who defended our owners. I was somebody who seen the mistakes that they'd made and put it down to the fact that they'd come into the sport a little bit blind. Yes, they'd run sports clubs before, but in a different way. The furloughing of staff, bad idea. Wanting to raise the ticket price to £77, bad idea. Wanting this, European Super League 5 years ago they speak about, and Project Big Picture, dead in the water, gone. You've been exposed. We should have seen the warning signs coming. You knew what to say publicly. You got the PR machines out. You played some of the fans, myself included, like a fiddle. And we apologised and we understood your mistakes because we like to see the best in people. Scousers are some of the most honest, hard-working folk you'll ever meet. And that carries into our fan base and carries throughout our traditions and the way we as fans act. Same with United fans. Same with most football fans. And you fucking pulled the wool over our eyes after those that came before you that nearly sent their club to the ground. You bought it for a song. Yes, you improved it. Now it's time to make your profit and fuck off and let somebody else come in and have a go that actually cares about our club. Yes, Barca have left because they've spoke about, and I said this to you before, they have a model that they have members. They're called socios. Their members have to vote for anything. They don't have an ownership. They're owned by the members. So Barcelona socios will have to vote for it. And they were never voting it in. They're in a perilous financial position. And even then, the true football folks of Barcelona fans, the people that have been around, seen the best of the game, I've seen their club win Champions Leagues, I've seen the greatest of our generation play for them. When their back's against the wall financially, they still spoke for the good of the game. The fans, I mean, not the shithouses at the top of the club. The Barca fans spoke. The Real fans are about to run Florentino Perez out of town. He'll be gone. Juventus chairman, gone. So to all the football fans around the world that stood up today, collectively, thank you. Thank you for saving our sport. Thank you for speaking up, even though it might do some short-term damage to your own personal club. Thank you. Because we need to redress the balance. Everything needs to be looked at. City have officially left. Yeah, I said this to you guys hours ago. I got the word through from journalists hours ago. I told you. I don't come on and say stuff that isn't true. I don't come on and lie about transfers. I don't come on and lie about news. I only ever give you my honest opinion on what I've been told. And I'll continue to do that. And I'll continue to speak for the football fans that feel disenfranchised. And I'll continue to give you a platform to share your thoughts and your views and your opinions in an open and safe environment. They tweeted it just there. What? Is this City? Well, look, City fans, it's up to them how they view their own board. I won't speak for Manchester City fans. Liverpool tweeted, have they? Tweeted. Fucking cowards. Right, let me get over. James Pearce just tweeted, LFC's official globing timing partner Tribus will end their partnership with the club to protest over the ESL sign-up. Football belongs to the fans, unites us all. It was never intended to benefit the few. Sponsors dropping out now. Sponsors starting to pull out. See, there is a conscience. There is a conscience, and this is a different sport. We've said it before. It is different. So to all those, well done. Well done to the sponsors for standing up for our sport. And these cowards, these cowardly bastards hiding away in Boston. Hang your heads in shame. Sorry. I'm not seeing anything from LFC. Somebody said LFC have tweeted, they haven't. Don't worry, like people that are still worrying about a Liverpool out or not. There's no league. There's nothing to join. So, by proxy, we're out. So, the fact that other clubs have had the good grace and decency to at least address the situation. It's taken our captain, the players, our manager, our vice-captain James Milner, and other players to step up today. And sponsors now starting to pull out and starting to tell FSG they don't want that to do with the club. A proud, historic club. Probably one of the jewels in the English football crown, along with Manchester United. Ruined by corporate greed. And we've been complicit in this. We're not innocent, all of us that sat at the top table and feasted on Champions League football and turned a blind eye to Bury and to Bolton and to all these other clubs that have had hard times. Now we need to redress the balance. And if it takes us all to suffer a little bit to redress that balance, then so be it. I'm willing to do it. I'll do anything to see the sport saved. And we'll always have Liverpool Football Club. Thankfully, we'll always have Liverpool Football Club. As Peter Moore said earlier on, with that brilliant double tweet that I'll forever hold him in high regard for. He stood up. He stood up and showed where his loyalties lay. And I have a feeling, and it is just a feeling, because I can't say this for certain because I don't know. Peter Moore left the club, as we know, a while back. Billy Hogan was promoted. I have a feeling that he knew what was coming. I have a feeling that the man just knew he couldn't see his club. A club that he'd helped bring back to prominence. A club that he'd delivered a Champions League and a Premier League to. He'd helped bring in Jurgen Klopp. He'd stabilised the club financially, excuse me. I just have a feeling, and I'll never know. I may never know if this is true or not, but let us know, Peter Moore, if you are watching, mate, because I salute you, and we all salute you tonight for nailing your colours to the mast and showing that you're a Scouser through and through, and that you love this fucking football club. Created by the poor, stolen by the rich. Yes, exactly. City have left. I know, I said it to you 2 hours ago. Chelsea City gone. They've left it. Created by the poor, stolen by the rich. Exactly. Tribus is a watch, mate. A watch company. So for those, the dominoes are starting to fall. And I just want a statement. I just want one thing. I just want you to have the courage, John W. Henry, to sit in front of a camera and say why. Say why you did it. Don't send Billy Hogan out. Don't send Tom Werner out. Grow a pair. Sit up, mate, and tell us why you did it. We know the real reason, but humour us. Let us know, because we will never forget this, mate. Not only have you sullied the name of Liverpool Football Club tonight, your own hometown club, Boston, that jewel in your asset, the Boston Red Sox, they'll know, mate. They will know what type of an unscrupulous, money-hungry, greedy son of a bitch that they have owning their football club. And I hope you're hounded out of Boston as well, because you are low, pal. You are low. You've tried to take a working class sport, turn it to a middle class sport, and then price people out of the game and call us legacy fans. So proud of our sport tonight. I'm so proud of it. United stand people in the house as well. Lovely to see you. Thank you for dropping over. FSG out. Someone said United stand is in the chat. Are they? I mean, I don't know. I could just message Mark or Drawdy and ask them. There they are. Congratulations. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. And to you guys as well in your recent million, as you know. Lots of love. United stand, good friends of ours. Mark, as I said, has been like a mentor to me, and so has Drawdy. And yeah, we put aside our club rivalries at times, especially at times like this, and we look at big picture stuff. So again, to those guys for hitting a million, much love to the United stand. They deserve it. Alright, mate, how are you? I'm a bit shocked, to be honest with you. It's been a mad 72 hours, hasn't it? You know, we're we're going from looking ahead to maybe missing Champions League football and thinking that's our biggest problem, to then worrying if the club that we love is going to be around any longer. So again, folks, I don't want your super chats, but just keep hitting that subscribe button, drop a like on the video. I don't know, I'm waiting to see if there's a statement. I just want to see that go to 1001 for comfort, because I'm scared shitless that that's going to go backwards. It's been crazy, absolutely. Can somebody explain what happened? Right, I'll take you through a timeline of what's happened today, ladies and gentlemen. So the news started to trickle through earlier on yesterday that there was some doubts coming from two of the 6 English clubs. We had a feeling that they were going to be Manchester City and Chelsea for a couple of reasons. Firstly, Manchester City's involvement in this made no sense, because they don't need the money. They've got very, very, very wealthy owners. They're in the semi-final of the Champions League, the competition that their owners wanted to win since they came here. It's why they brought Guardiola in. It's why they've put such a good squad together. So I never understood why they were in it. It seems like they were a last minute addition, but I never understood that, because they didn't need the money, so it couldn't have been greed. And then Chelsea, Roman Abramovich, whatever we think about him, whatever we think about the way that he's run Chelsea, he's a football man. He loves the club. He loves the sport. Whatever you think about, he loves the sport. So I was absolutely gobsmacked, because he doesn't need the money either. So for them to be the first 2 clubs to pull out of this shambles doesn't surprise me at all. But then what were we left with? The greedy 3 American owners and Daniel Levy, who, well, everybody knows what Daniel Levy's like. You don't need me to tell you. So that's what we were left with. Now, let's see what happens from here. Let's see what happens to Daniel Levy. But Chelsea, first ones to announce that they were leaving. Perez came out, spoke to fans outside Stamford Bridge and said, give us time. Came out personally. I mean, I don't know what more you could ask of the man. Talk about fronting up. Talk about having a pair. We already knew he was a world-class goalkeeper. Had a fantastic career. But again, he came out tonight with absolute courage and spoke to those Chelsea supporters. Like a man. Stood up there and spoke to them and said, give us time. Then the statement came. Chelsea dropped out. Next, Manchester City. Martin Lipton, a journalist, a respected journalist, tweeted that he's heard Manchester City were going to pull out. They have. We knew the Real Madrid situation. Perez thinks he's a mini dictator. He doesn't own Real Madrid. He's merely an employee, a president who was elected there by the fans. He's going to be run out of town. He thought that people under 24 didn't like football, didn't have the attention span to watch a 90-minute game. Big mistake. Barcelona signed their name to this. How? You can't do it. You need the approval of the socios, the members, the people that actually own the club. That fell on its arse. Germany said no. France said no. The government said no. Football fans said no. But yet, we still have heard nothing from John W. Henry. And all they did at the time was just tweet the link, tweet the statement and the link. That's it. Then an email to the staff at 8:30 the next morning to say, I can read the email if you want, but you've probably seen it, to say, it's for the greater good, blah, blah, blah. Keep tuned. Town hall tomorrow. Today comes, that staff town hall cancelled. Why? Cowards. Cowards. They won't even address their own staff. The people who've kept the club afloat. The people who've come in and put their lives on the line during a global pandemic. The people who've collected money. The people who've delivered food parcels. The people who've done a lot of good work. The people who've come in and kept the tills ringing at the Anfield club stores and stuff. The people in the cafes. The normal working class people. And then the manager and the players. The staff. The groundsmen. The coaches. Haven't got the bottle. Haven't got the bottle to face up to them. Those people beneath you. And you're supposed to be custodians of a football club like Liverpool. And you haven't got the courage to step up. You stood outside the steps, shaking your fists when you got Liverpool for a song. You told us that you would under-promise and over-deliver. And we gave you the benefit of the doubt. You brought us the greatest manager of the modern era, in my opinion. And you gave us hope. And you made mistakes, and we accepted those mistakes. And you improved the asset, and it is an asset. And you Nobody begrudge you your money. Nobody begrudge you selling it on at the end and taking money out of the club, making a massive profit and walking off into the sunset. But this was the one point there's no turning back from. You tried to sell the soul of our football club to enrich yourself. And that, John W. Henry, will never, ever be forgotten. You will go down in history with Hicks and Gillette. You will go down as a greedy corporate pig who, when came time to show his true self, showed his colours. Now you can disappear off with all your billions, mate. You can look at your kids and your grandkids and know that you're a fraud. You're a money-hungry pig that has no place in our sport. Now fuck off back to where you came from, because none of us want that to do with you. You absolute scumbag. I'm sorry that those words are that strong, but that's honestly how I feel. They've tried to shithouse us on a personal level. I've said to you before, emailing supporters clubs, what are you meeting up with them for? We don't meet them, don't like them, don't like that lad. That lad puts people down, blah blah blah. Fuck you. I have balls. I sit here every night and speak to fans, about fans, by fans, for fans. You hide. When it's time now to show your face, you're hiding. I'm sitting here in front of fans, talking to football fans, coming together to try and save our sport, and you're sitting in Boston like a bitch, sitting there with no scruples, no morals, nothing. Not even a statement. Not addressing your staff, nothing. You absolute fucking coward. As a Madrid fan, I hope we both pull out soon. Clubs filled with glorious history that shouldn't be tainted. Exactly. I spoke about this, mate, when we played Real Madrid in the Champions League and we were knocked out fairly. I said this is the 13 times champions of Europe, taking on the 6 times champions of Europe. 2 of the most historic clubs in the sport. What a fixture. What a set of 2 games we had. Yes, it's a shame there was no fans in it, but it was the best against the best. And at the right scene. And Madrid won, a fair play. We lost, no problem. But this, mate, it's left a sour taste in your mouth, my mouth, and all football fans' mouth. And it has to be used as a platform. It has to be used as a tipping point. Respect you. Congrats on 100k. Thank you. Man City tweeted. Good. Again, we've heard nothing. Loads of people are coming in asking me about Liverpool. We've heard nothing from them. Absolutely nothing. Sponsors are pulling out, by the way. Our captain has come out and tweeted. He's let it be known. He's with the fans. They don't want this. The players don't want it. The manager doesn't want it. The staff don't want it. The fans don't want it. Nobody wants it. Our former chairman doesn't want it. So, yeah. Again, as I said, you can sit there with all your money, your yachts, but you've got no fucking morals and no integrity. And I'll take my morals and my integrity and my poverty, and I'll sit here and I'll be a fucking happy man looking at my wife and kids, because our football club's going to be saved. And that means more to me than any amount of money, because it is my life outside of my family. To those that are coming in, thank you. What do you mean Chelsea still had doubts? They're gone. They're out. There's no doubts, mate. They're gone. They've already announced it. They're out of this shambles of a competition. You deserve the 100k. Thank you. Check the Madrid Zone Twitter. Again, I've got Connor sending me on stuff as and when it comes in. Sorry, I'm looking for... What am I looking for? The Madrid Zone, is it? It's so great to see football fans reaching across the divides, by the way. It's not that one. Which one am I looking at here? Manchester City is the only team to have left the Super League so far. Everyone else is still on. No. Chelsea are out. I'm telling you, they're out. Craig, you're a game underrated YouTuber. Thank you. I don't know what it means, but thank you. I know the underrated part means. Manchester City fans support you. Thank you, mate. And we support you. And we support everybody in the fight against this greed and corruption. Have I seen Kenny's tweet? No, I haven't been able to keep up to date with it because my phone's been just gone mental, and I'm trying to stay off Twitter as much as I can because it You know, the platform's toxic towards me, and I don't, you know, feel good about myself when I'm on there. 1 second. So Kenny Dalglish, what has Kenny had to say? Today, as always, no, that's not that one. The last few days have been difficult for everybody who loves Liverpool Football Club, and I really hope we do the right thing. So do I, King Kenny. So do I, mate. And again, it's not nothing to do with Sir Kenny Dalglish. It's got nothing to do with Peter Moore. It's to do with a greedy, greedy few. And we're losing sponsors. Yes, we are. That is correct for people coming in late. We are. Look, ladies and gentlemen, keep hitting that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. I'm going to stay on as long as my voice allows to keep up to date until we hear from these cowards. Congrats, mate, from a Southampton foul. Well deserved. Your top bloke. Comes from hardship. Thank you. And to all those, I don't want your super chats though. I honestly don't. All I want is your opinion. I want you to have your say. I want you to have your forum, and I want you to get your opinion across. I would like to know where in the world you are. I always love to know where people are tuning in and having a say from. Football outlasts greed, full stop. Yes. Can you post hitting 100 on TikTok? Don't want to get copyrighted. Connor, if you're watching, mate, can you post it on our TikTok? I think Connor said he screen recorded it or something. I don't even know. I haven't even spoken to Connor since we've hit 100k. But yeah, I'm sure Connor will share it everywhere. I'll ask him to now. Nico's going along my line, saying unlike the other top six, he won't be pulling out tonight. Neither. Same with me, Nico. Same with me, mate. As I said earlier on, the miss is getting it. Manchester City, the only team to have left the city. Look, I'm telling you now, Chelsea have left. Chelsea, you're pulling out of this. Trust me. Chelsea are gone, City are gone, and Liverpool aren't having any part of it. They'll have no players. Nobody wants it. It is not going to happen. This is dead in the water. Trust me. It's not done. Alright, you can have your say, and if you think it's not done, fair, so be it. But it's done. Can I say hello to Brandon? Hello to Brandon. Thank you, HJF1. So, Ed Woodward leaving United. We know that. That's been announced tonight. Manchester City have started proceedings to get out of it. Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson has tweeted and speaking out about the players not no part of it. That they're with the fans on this. Barcelona and Real Madrid are duly elected presidents who don't own their clubs, can't speak for their clubs, have to ask their members. Barcelona, again, as I said, they had no right to sign up for it because they're club run and owned by socios, which are members. Yeah, I know the whole squad tweeted it, Cahill, but Hendo's our captain. But I do know where you're coming from, and you're right, mate, they did. And fair play to them all. But, you know, Hendo's the captain, the organiser. WFM, I don't remember your... Oh, yeah. 1 second, mate. There you go, done. Congrats on 100k, thank you. Ajax, Bayern, Dortmund, PSG. Yeah. Again, but Bayern Munich, and to be fair, the German clubs are owned by the fans. They'll do what they're told, basically. And the fans will have no part of it. Nobody's been banned as of yet. No, and look, there was a meeting took place today as well between the 14 Premier League clubs that aren't part of this breakaway bunch of charlatans, and they said there is a way back for the clubs, but some people they said there's no way back for. Now, I don't know who those people are. I have my own opinions on it, but nothing factually has been stated yet. So I can imagine there's a lot of scurrying around and PR exercises getting played out right now. What else have we got? Congratulations on 100. Thank you very much. But it's only the start of our work. Trust me. Punish the owners, not the club. I agree. I do agree with you on that, mate. Yes. Can you please call... See, I don't know. Someone's asked me to call somebody something. Alex Walker and Neek. I don't know. I don't know Alex Walker. I don't know if this is a porn star. I don't know who the fuck he is. But, hi. I'm not calling him something mean because I don't know him. Heard something from Arsenal. No, I haven't, mate. No. Sorry, I'm just keeping an eye on my phone here because messages are coming in all the time. Am I still quitting? No. I said I wasn't quitting weeks ago, buddy. My wife told me on Mother's Day I wasn't allowed to quit. She told me she believed in us and that we'd get there. And tonight, the night when football is going to be saved, we've got there. So, thank you to everyone. Keep hitting that subscribe button. I don't want your super chats. All I want you to do is hit that subscribe button. Give me your comments and let me know where you're watching. Congratulations on the success of fellow ball. County Cavan's in the house. Dara, how are you? Have I heard anything from Spurs? No. Spurs being quiet. Arsenal have been quiet. Liverpool have been quiet. United, apart from bringing forward the Ed Woodward departure, being quiet. There's some talk that maybe United will, or maybe the Glazers will sell up. I have no idea if that's true or not. But we still haven't heard anything from John W. Henry or FSG or Tom Werner or LeBron and anybody that's involved in the ownership, or Jerry Cardinal, or anyone that's involved with the people that own our football club. Nothing. Just cowardly silence from those. Nothing. Love you too, Tara. Love you, all you guys, and thank you. You've made my life tonight. You've made me honestly happier than you'll ever know. Not just by the 100k, but by saving our sport. Kevin De Bruyne has tweeted as well. McGregor by United. Yeah, he does like to get a little bit of publicity, does Mr. McGregor, doesn't he? Right, what have we got? What's De Bruyne tweeted? Let's have a look at De Bruyne. This man comes out of a little town of Belgium dreaming of playing at the highest stage possible. I've represented the Belgium, German and English League and also proudly represented my country. I've worked and competed against everybody trying to win the ultimate, but the most important thing in the world is competing. With all events that have been happening the last few days, maybe this is a good moment for everybody to come together and try to work for a solution. We know this is a big business and I know I'm part of this business, but I'm still a little boy who loves to play football. It's not about certain entity in this case, it's about football over the whole world. Let's keep inspiring the next generation of footballers and keep fans dreaming. Absolutely. Spot on, mate. He grew up a kid dreaming, as he said, of playing in those big games. So yeah, fair play. But there are still some, by the way, who still think that this shambles is going to happen, who still think that there is an appetite for this fiasco, who call us legacy fans. Legacy fans. No. Heart and soul of the clubs, mate. Lifeblood of the clubs. People that have sacrificed for the clubs. People who pay their TV subscriptions, pay for their season tickets, buy your shirts. Put that money in your pocket. Not legacy fans, mate. Life and soul. Perez is giving a speech soon. I honestly don't give a fuck what that little cunt has to say. Because Florentino Perez is a lowlife. He has run his football club into the ground practically financially. He has insulted every young football fan under the age of 24 by saying they don't have the attention span or don't like the game of football and that they couldn't cope with a 90-minute game. These people have gone and played a game of poker and have massively misread their hand. They've gone all in and they've been called and their bluff has been called and they're going to run. They're going to cower like the cowards that they are. Football is like a religion to a lot of us, Aiden, mate. You and Redmen TV are the pride of Liverpool fans. I think differently about Redmen TV, but that's just my opinion. When it broke, the night it all broke, just my opinion. No tweet, no video, no Condemning the owners? Nothing. Silence. People can take from that what they want. Maybe they were busy. Maybe they hadn't got time. I think differently. I think that they were reading the temperature. I think that I think differently. Let's just leave it at that. For those that are saying Chelsea aren't out, they're out. You can keep believing stuff on Twitter all you want. They're out. Barcelona and Atletico are staying. Barcelona can't stay. Again, I'm going to reiterate, Barcelona are run by members, socios, who pay for their memberships and elect a president. Nothing can happen without a vote of Barcelona's socios. Someone says, love Red Ben TV. No problem with that, mate. Everybody's entitled to watch the type of content that they like. No problem with it. I don't ever talk down about anybody. But I lost some respect that day. That's all I'm going to say. Everybody else was out. Everybody else was condemning it. Everybody else was speaking immediately. That's my point of view. But that is just that, my point of view. Is there anything FSG can do to salvage their reputation after this? Not with me, mate. I can only speak for me, Joe, and thank you for the super chat, mate. To me, not for me. I'll always support the team, the players, the staff, the manager. But no. And I wouldn't have recognised a Liverpool that played in the European Super... even saying the cringy name if it makes me angry. Sorry, another message has come in. I have to keep checking these in case they are really important. So, the Spirit of Shankly, supporters group from Liverpool. Spirit of Shankly note with anger that the club owners FSG are still hanging on to this shattered nightmare of a European Super League. We're calling on the FSG board to withdraw our club from this catastrophic idea and consider their positions with immediate effect. To coin a previous campaign of heirs not welcome here. Exactly. And fair play to the Spirit of Shankly as well for speaking up, and the Spy on Cop for taking their banners, which would have not been easy for them to want to withdraw their banners from the Cop. It is just sickening what they've done. It is sickening what they've done to all of our clubs. It really is. It's sad. Do I have a tiny bit of respect for Man City? Somebody said. I have respect for everybody that gets a conscience and steps back from this. City fans spoke openly. They made it be known. They went and as much as they detest UEFA, they let it be known that this was not what they wanted. And fair play to them. And United fans and Liverpool fans and Arsenal fans and Chelsea fans and Spurs fans. Anybody that backed this shambles needs to check. Have a little check. Will there be punishment? No idea. Again, though, if there are punishment, I hope it's with the owners from a financial perspective and not the players and the fans that always seem to suffer when we've all done nothing wrong. Cheers, Lee. Thank you very much, Lee Chappie. Much appreciated, mate. Hey, Jack, mate, even congratulated us. Cheers, Jack. Nice one. Thoughts on the Everton statement today? Again, I would agree with everything that they said. Everybody that condemned this has my support. No matter whether it's, Blackpool, Bolton, Everton, United, anyone and a fan that's condemned this has my support, because we all want the sport saved. This is bullshit of the highest order from FSG. People keep saying City is the only team to leave. Okay. I'm going to keep repeating it. There will be no league. There will be no teams. Nobody wants it. Government will interfere with it. City have pulled out of it. Trust me, this is dead. It ain't going to happen. It's fucked. The league's dead. Cheers, Jimbo. made of mine. Congratulations on 100k. Delighted for you. Thank you, Jimbo. Appreciate that. And I definitely owe you a couple of points, mate, next time I see you in Rach. The league's gone, lad. Calm down. Firstly, don't ever tell me to calm down, mate. I've had the worst 72 hours of my life as a football fan. Premier League CEO Richard Masters has put out, "We're not angry with the 6 clubs, we're angry with the small group of owners and CEOs who pushed it through." Again, some kind of understanding there from Richard Masters. YouTuber Gogglebox, here you come. I'd love to get on that. Yeah, Jack, if you're watching, mate, get me on that. Dominic King has tweeted, "It was a collective decision from Liverpool's players to publish the messages before. They had held discussions earlier this afternoon and talks had been going on between the group most of the day. The players and the management should not be bracketed with the owners." Again, I agree with Dominic King. I agree with that sentiment entirely. This is the greed of a small few, ladies and gentlemen. The owners and CEOs. Nothing to do with the fans and the players and the staff of any of these clubs. Pep didn't know. Klopp didn't know. Ollie didn't know. I'm sure Mourinho, before he was sacked, didn't know. Arteta didn't know. Who am I forgetting about there? Have I gone through all the English? Anyway, none of the managers knew. This is just the greed of a few, for the gain of a few, and the benefit of a few. And if anyone's clinging on to this dead dream, then you're only digging a hole deeper and deeper and deeper for yourselves. Just speak out now. As the spirit of Shankly have said, as Shankly's grandson himself came out today and said, doesn't want his granddad's statue associated with anything to do with this. And I've no right to speak for the Shankly family, and I won't dare to do so. But that's what he came out and said earlier on. You don't want the super chat, but you deserve it, you legend. Thank you. Appreciate it. But again, hit the subscribe button, folks. That's all I want. Your comments and your subscription. That's it. Don't want money. Just hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and give me your comment. Congrats on 100k, mate. Love your videos from a City fan. Thank you. Zidane spoke earlier on, Cube. Again, had to be careful what he was saying. A proper football man again. You know, a man who's been there, highest level, won everything. A man who's given us all amazing moments to watch him grace the football pitch. But he had his hands tied as well earlier on. He was saying it's his job to coach the team, to speak about La Liga, the Champions League, and the questions that he was being asked. He doesn't make these decisions at a board level. It's not him. He's a manager. He's a coach. So yeah, all of them. I'm sure Laporte did tweet, and it'll go on and on and on. And Florentino Perez is having his little press conference at 10:30, and he can rant and rave and swear and do what he wants and say that they're going ahead with it and talk about the fact people sign contracts. What's it going to take for them to realise it is just not going to happen? The dominoes are falling, the players are speaking, your staff are speaking, your fans are speaking. You're going to be left with empty vessels. So just do the decent thing now. And at FSG, just either say you're selling the club, but at least pull out of this fiasco. Because you're not going to get away with it. Keep your amazing work on 100k from Egypt. Thank you, mate. I know he meant Americ Laporte, but I was answering a different question, TTV Klopp. I've no interest in what Americ Laporte has to say. I'm sure it's the same as all the other players. All the players will condemn this. None of them will want it. And I expect nothing less of them, because they're proper footballing people. I expect them to speak up. I expect them to say that they're with the fans and their managers and their fellow players. Because that's what they are. They're real proper people that had dreams and aspirations to play football at the highest level. There are representatives on the pitch. This is brilliant. News of glorious games looking saved. It is. How did the owners even think this would go through? I honestly have no idea, mate. I have no idea. Uh, 3 minutes left in the Chelsea game. Yeah, that's still, at the moment, 0-0. But, you know, I can turn it on and let you know how it finishes if you want. But I've been more just glued onto the news side of this today. What else have we got? Laporte said that was quick. Fair play. Dylan Murphy said, I'm happy, but I really do feel sick. It's horrible, disgusting, everything. I hate it. I know, mate. I feel dirty here. Well done on the 100k, Craig. You must be looking forward to the silver plaque. Connor's, not mine. I've always said to you. That's for Connor. What's this WoW comedy genius? Have I missed something here? Florentino Perez, no problem. We'll create our own Manchester City and Chelsea. Jesus Christ, he really is a deluded little prick, isn't he? Absolute clown of a fella. The Echo are saying FSG are standing firm. They took on fans before previous owners. Learn your lessons. Save yourself the time and the hassle. Just go. Because it's not going to end well. So if you want to go up against the fans of the football club, the players and the staff of the football club, go ahead. See how that works out for you. There's only going to be one winner in this, and that's football. So, yeah, they can all sit there in their little ivory towers and throw their tantrums and say, we want more billions, but it's dead, it's gone, and it's over, and you ain't getting it. For the first time in your life, you're probably going to hear the word no. Sure, Linda might say it to you a lot, but you're going to hear the word no. Put it this way, we've got a headache. How long am I streaming? I'm just awaiting something from the club. Anything. Any statement for the cowardly bastards to just give us something. They're standing firm. Oh, even when the ship's sinking around them. Even when Rome's burning, they're still standing there and they have the stupidity to stand over this. Oh, you're custodians of our football club. Nothing more, nothing less. Sell up and fuck off. All over at Stamford Bridge. 0-0. That finished 0-0. I refuse to even open Anfield Watch on Twitter, mate. So no, I won't be going near that account. Right, what else we got? I'm not a follower of football, yet I've been watching commentary on this all day because it's such an affront to sport itself and to the culture of the UK, which is football. Very well said, George, and thank you for giving us your comment, mate. Appreciate it. It did end. It's ended. The Chelsea game's over. Finished Chelsea 0, Brighton 0. What did Anfield Watch do? Didn't they rebrand? Weren't they? Have I got this wrong? And if I have, I apologise. But weren't they not known as a different account a while ago? If I'm wrong, and I apologise, and I amn't certain on this one, but I'm fairly sure Anfield Watch were rebranded a while ago. Could be wrong on it. Cool. And if I am wrong, I apologise. Been watching since 100 or since 1000. Congrats, thank you. They were Anfield HQ with links to the. There you go. So I was right. Anfield Watch, as I said, it's there. Research it yourself. I don't need to say anything. But when the facts, there's a lot of these people hiding behind shit that don't have the fans' best interests at heart, that are self-serving, that look after themselves from a money point of view. It's there. It's known on Twitter. Research it. Connor's just put it in the chat there. Where previously Anfield HQ. Research that. What have we got? Here we go. I'm not, mate. I'm just a normal dude who just loves the sport. Chauvin has been found guilty on all 3 charges. Breaking news. Derek Chauvin has been found guilty on all 3 charges. Just to confirm, in the trial of Derek Chauvin, the police officer who knelt on the neck of George Floyd, he has been found guilty on all 3 charges. That's breaking news. Turned on from CNN just there. Guilty on all 3 charges. Just thought I'd let you know that. Just yeah. Just that was just breaking as we speak. And hopefully that gives chance for the black community to catch a breath and to just see that there is change coming. Maybe slowly, but the world is changing. Football is changing. Global economics is hopefully changing. Society is changing, and hopefully for the better. So lots of love to everybody out there. To anyone in America that's watching right now, our love and thoughts are with you as always. Right, ladies and gentlemen, there's a few to go. Keep hitting that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. We're about 500 away from 101,000, which is my point of saying good night, because I'm exhausted. But I'm so scared that if I log off, that 100k will disappear. Eat those crisps. 101k and I'm gone. 101k and I'm off the bed. So please do keep hitting that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. Share the link. Hey Jack, we're live.
Hi mate. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you, Jack. You're talking into the microphone now, by the way.
Absolutely buzzing, mate.
There's Jack, everybody.
Honestly, for everyone watching, there is no one that deserves it more than you and Connor, mate. The amount of work and effort that you put into it, absolutely delighted for you both. So, yeah, just wanted to ring to say well done, lad.
Cheers, mate. And keep me up to date, by the way, with the owners who are still clinging on by the fingernails to this fiasco. If you hear anything.
I've just seen the Echo have just come out and said that let me just double check what they said officially. They said they are... Yeah, the Echo are reporting that Liverpool's support of the European Super League is weakening. So, yeah, they're still being dicks about it, but it's looking like we're nearly there, Craig.
Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed today, the day football is saved.
Yep, hopefully, mate, hopefully.
Cheers for the call, buddy, and I'll talk with you soon. Take care, man.
No worries.
Cheers.
Big soon.
Bye. There was a little cameo there from Mr. Jack Gill. Thank you, Jack. You'll see Jack plenty more on the channel and on Mundo Sporto as well. Keane said, Craig, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything, making a mod. Mate, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure being on here. People are tuning in late wondering about the Super League. It's dead in the water, folks. It's unravelling bit by bit, thread by thread. It's gone. Clubs are falling away. Some are still clinging to this faint hope that they can get away with it, but it's done. It's over. The Super League is dead. It's not going to get off the water. It's not going to get off the ground. The players have spoken. The staff of the clubs have spoken. The fans have spoken. All that are left are a few greedy bastards. And I mean a handful. Probably talking less than 10 people at this point. That are left clinging to this dead dream. That's going to be gone. And by the way, Chelsea drew 0-0 with Brighton tonight. That game just finished a few minutes ago as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm absolutely exhausted. I haven't got it in me to stay on anymore. If Liverpool come out, I'll come back on later on and say something. But the last 72 hours have absolutely taken it out of me. And I'm exhausted. And I want to talk to my wife. And I want to talk to Connor. And I want to just take a second to just acknowledge where we've come to. And that we've hit 100k. So again, before you head off, please do hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. Thank you for everything. I'll be back tomorrow or later on if news breaks. Until then, love each and every one of you. Take care. Thank you for everything.